fix this. Hello, Watnowski. How are you? Trying to get my camera fixed here. Get this giveaway running before we start. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna get this giveaway running while everybody gets in here. There you go. Go ahead and jump in the giveaway, and that way everybody will. Hi, Broken. How are you, hon? Thank you for coming in. Giving away these earrings before we start the tutorial. That way everybody can get their notifications and get around and get in. But that's the giveaway, so go ahead and jump in. These are really cute. I had Hi. You don't know how to cross stitch? Well, this is the place to be then. I will have a few supplies if people want to buy some supplies. That's not my motive today. My tutorials on Fridays are really just to teach um, and teach people the crafts that we're getting out of doing nowadays, that I think that people would de-stress themselves a lot if they got back into these crafts. So that's my whole thing, is just to try to teach people to get back into these crafts, and it's a form of relaxation for me. Hi, Southern Gal. How are you? Thank you for coming in. And it's just my way of sitting here and having fun with you guys. Oh, it's so easy. Cross stitch is one of those super easy things to learn. And then you can go into, like, it can be very, very extravagant. And I'm going to show you some examples of, sometimes I just want to do something really quick, and then sometimes I want to do something like that takes me years to do. I mean, I literally have a couple pieces that have taken me 8 years to complete, and that's something with cross stitch. It's not anything you can rush. Um, unless you want to do a small piece, then they're really fast. But yeah, some of the kits can be very, yeah, 8 years. Now, you gotta keep in mind, I'm very ADD, and I don't like to just do one thing. You know, I do the sewing, I do cross stitch, I do knitting, I do crochet, I do scrapbooking. So I'm very ADD. I go to all different kinds of crafts, and then the other thing is, even if I want to cross stitch, maybe I don't want to cross stitch on what I have available to me. So I will start another piece. So sometimes I have, like, probably right now, I probably have 30 projects of cross stitch started that are not finished. So I'm really, really bad about that, but it eventually got done. And I finished a lot of my pieces when I was a missionary in Haiti. I finished a lot of pieces there because I didn't have a lot to do there. I have just basically a lot of time on my hands, so I finished that one in Haiti. And maybe most of the pieces I will show that I've done. I'll show you the pieces that I completed in Haiti, and so now they carry that memory. The thing about cross stitch, if you have something that you've had for like 8 years and you've been cross stitching on it, oh, that's great. That's great. I'm glad, Mandy. Um, so yeah, because I watch people on YouTube all the time that are cross stitching, and I'm cross stitching. But they carry the memories of what you were doing when you were cross stitching that. At least they do for me. Um, so I think it's real. I think it's really, really fun. And that's the same thing with knitting. A lot of people will, like, pray while they're knitting, or pray for different people when they're crocheting, and then it's like that's where the prayer shawl idea came in. So now we only have one person in the giveaway, so you're for sure gonna win if nobody else comes in and gets in the giveaway. um See, sometimes people enter and then they leave and they think they're still in the giveaway, and then they're not unless they come back in. There you go. So here's the earrings that I'm doing the giveaway for. But I'm going to start with the real basics, and then I'll go into, and I have a little project that you guys can download for free. I tried to find a free project that you guys could download, and you didn't have to buy anything other than the floss. But you know, you can buy the floss as you can usually pick up floss pretty easily. So we got a minute left in the giveaway. So I know I had like 38 bookmarks. So I was hoping that more people would come in and join us and be in the chitter chatter. But I do have my questions, guys. If you guys are new here, what I like to do is, in my shows, and this is all my shows, my clothing shows, my jewelry shows, whatever kind of show I'm doing, I like to ask questions to get you guys involved. So the first question is, when it's time to go clothes shopping. I trust that I like whatever you pick, have to go with you to pick it, or let's see, or just fill in the blank, because this one is a different, this is kind of, some of these questions are meant for kids. So when it's time to go shopping, what do you like to do? Trust what somebody else picks out for you, or you have to go and buy it? Mandy, look at you, you won. We'll get these earrings right out to you. Thank you so much for being here and hanging with me. Or maybe you guys shop online for all your clothes. I sell clothes here on Whatnot. I sell size extra small up to 3X. So you guys can bookmark those shows. Okay, to get started, I dread trying on clothes. Oh, yes. Oh, me too. Nothing is the same. Nothing is the same. You can say I wear size medium, but in different brands, and it's horrible. So we're going to move that now because I don't need that there anymore. Sorry about my shadows. I do these in the afternoon, and then my shadows are way differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with, this is the pattern I picked. If you go to dmc.com, dmc.com, and I downloaded this free pattern right here. We're not going to do the whole pattern. I'm just going to show you a little bit. But this is just an example. I couldn't show a pattern that was paid for because I thought that that wouldn't be right, because I do put these on YouTube. And yeah, it's really cute, isn't it? I put these videos on YouTube, so I didn't want like to put a pattern out there that wasn't free. So this is, hi, it's a Camilla Rose. How are you? So this is the pattern we're going to do today. It's on dmc.com, and you just go to their patterns, and it's called Summer Flight. Summer Flight. And for those of you that have never cross stitched before, this is what your pattern is going to look like. Every designer is different, and I'll show you some different examples of them. But this is a color chart. All people don't do color charts. Sometimes they're just black and white. But what we're going to focus on when we start is just doing this B right here, okay? And it'll take probably too long to do that B in a show, but I'm just going to start it at least. But this one will give you this page. It's like 4 pages you print off. So it's going to print you off this page, and then it's going to print off like a color floss chart, okay? And this is going to show you your symbols. So these are all your symbols, okay? And then this is the color number, okay? And Blanc does not have a color number. So these are the color numbers. And what you see written over here is I didn't have these colors, so I'm substituting colors out of my stash. And you're free to do that. For a long time, I never did that. I went by exactly the colors that they gave me. But so you can see here's the symbols again, and here are the color numbers you need. And then it's telling you some examples here, some directions here of the back stitch and all that good stuff. And then this is telling you how to do a French knot. French knots are really easy. I actually do colonial knots now because I think colonial knots are easier than French knots. Hi, Rena. How are you? Amorbia, thank you for coming in. Just going over the pattern that I chose that I'm going to do today. And then it tells you this is tells you about your fabric. Okay, it depends on how big your fabric is, and I'll go over that in just a second. You know, the bigger the fabric count, the bigger your design's going to be. So if you want something really small, you would do it on smaller blocks, but I'll explain that in a second. And then you print off this one, which is usually what most patterns look like, are just black and white. But this one just shows your back stitch lines. All those dark lines are back stitch lines. Okay, so let's see here. Let me just show you real fast a couple examples of things that I have completed. And these are just a very, very few of things that I have completed. So you can kind of see that cross stitch is very diverse, and it is very, it's not frumpy, and you can get any kind of style that you want. Mandy would know that. I don't know which design she's working on right now, but this one is basically a full coverage piece. And this came in a kit back, I don't know when, but this came in a kit, and this is the one that took me 8 years to complete. And I did finally complete it with the back stitching and everything. So this is a very large piece. I wouldn't recommend anybody to necessarily start on something like this, but it is fun and you get to change. The nice thing about something like this is you can start here, and if you get tired of doing that, you go over here. So you got different focus if you're ADD like me. And then we have like one like this. I love dachshunds. So we have this cute, and she has a series of dachshund ones that you can get. And so that's another type of style. And that's fun. Okay. And then if you guys like kawaii, um, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery offers like kawaii patterns. And this was one I did, and this was a stitch along, and they released one every month so you could keep up. And this one doesn't really have any back stitching, so if people that don't like back stitching, um, Mirabella, oh my goodness, you're doing Stargazer, I love that. Oh, I like full coverage. I've got some full coverage started, but I just whip them out every once in a while. But so like this one has just very little back stitching. So Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery is a very good company to get patterns from when you're new because they're very easy. So that was a stitch along. They release something every week. And then another one is Lizzie Kate. Lizzie Kate has really simple patterns as well, and this is one that I did in Haiti, and it was different charts that you can put together. Okay, and this is nice because it's just like words, and so this one is another one, but like I said, it comes in different charts. You put the charts together, or you can just do one of the charts. Hi Marigold, how are you, hon? How are you? And then this is another Lizzie Kate one. And guys can see the different kinds of fabric too, but I'll explain the different kinds of fabric. And then I did this one. This one was a kit that you bought from Lizzie Kate, and it's all words too. Okay, great. Even after work today, you're still good. And then this was one out of a magazine. Can't remember the name of the magazine, but it's pretty detailed. And this one took me a few years as well, but this is one of the ones that holds some memories from me. Um, this one I did when my dad was sick, and I had to care for him, and so I have the memories attached to this of him being sick and of my father. So this is something I will eventually frame and hang on my wall because it just has so many memories attached to it. And then the other cute ones that I was going to show you, these are Prairie Schooler, and Prairie Schooler is also a good company to buy their no work this week. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, Marigold. I think I might have known that and forgot. I'm so sorry, hun. But this is Prairie Schooler, and they're very, very simple also. These are things that I'll eventually finish into an oval shape. But you see, they're just color blocks, so you don't have to change a lot of color, and they're pretty simple. So those are some examples. Those are just examples, guys. There are so many cross stitch patterns. It's not even funny. Let's see. I want to save that for later. Let's see. Oh, I was also going to show you that Mill Hills are really nice to pick up too. They are like little kits, and they come with the floss and the beads. And don't be intimidated by the beads. This is one of the easiest things to do. It comes on like a perforated paper like this. So this is one I've completed. This just needs framed, but they have beads, okay? And when you get, hi Kat, how are you? When you do all the cross stitching first, and then you go back with the beads, and you would need a bead, like a bead mat. This is a bead mat, and it's all your beads stick to it, okay? So your beads aren't flying all over the place. Yeah, Kat. I've got so many of them that I just need to finish, like put in frames or finish into little pillows or pawn them off on my friends or something. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about fabric. What you need to know about fabric is most people know about the 18 or 14 count Aida, or just Aida in general. This is typically what comes in a lot of kits. And 14 count is what I started with way back in the 80s. And it's the easiest one to see the holes, and it's the easiest to count. Do you have an apple cider vinegar? On that shelf where just a second, guys. On that shelf with that white shelf in there. It should be right there. Sorry about that. So this is the easiest to start with because you can see the holes until your eyes get used to seeing the holes. Okay, so this is what I would recommend starting with, but it sometimes doesn't give you the look that you like. But just to learn, I would start with the 14 count or 18 count or 16 count Ada. And the count means how many stitches per like from hole to hole per inch. So there's going to be 14 spaces per inch. And so if you get into something like a 32 count, you're going to have a much smaller design, which is equal to 16, but you can do, I don't want to bust your head open. You can you can do half stitches on those, which makes it a lot easier. Okay, so here's another example of something you can, another style if you don't want to do, um, and then I'm just going to show you some other styles that you can do. And see, so this pattern is like super simple to read. Whereas, and or this designer one is, I'm going to show you another designer. This designer comes in a booklet, Hawk Run Hollow. Um, and sometimes people get intimidated by it, but I mean, it's going to come in pieces, right? So you do the start on this piece and then go to the next piece. So there's just different. There's just they're very easy to read once you see that everything matches up to the square that you're working on. It's just squares. If you think of squares, has anybody done diamond painting in here? If you've done diamond painting, then you understand the concept of cross stitch already without knowing it. Okay. So designs like this one and the one I showed you earlier, this is considered a full coverage. Okay. And that just means the design covers the whole thing. Okay. Like every single inch on on the fabric is going to be covered. Okay. So that's what, when people say full coverage, that's what they mean by full coverage. Then you have choices. So we talked a little bit about the fabric. You have choices. So you have fabric like this, and it comes in a range of different colors. And then you're gonna see fabric like, oh, this is the perforated paper that you would do ornaments or whatever on. It's the same concept. See, you see little squares. There's, I don't know if you guys can see that. So you're seeing little squares, and it's the same concept as this, except for this is fabric. Okay. Then you have this kind of fabric, which this is called waste fabric. And what this is, so you can cross stitch on t-shirts, you can cross stitch on a bag, you can cross stitch on any kind of canvas, and then you just you take this off. And I believe it water soluble? Sometimes it's water soluble, sometimes you have to rip it off, but I think this is water soluble. So there's that kind of fabric. And then there's this type of fabric where this is hand dyed, and I actually dyed this color myself. And then I didn't like it. I started a design on it, and I didn't really like it. But so it's a linen like this, and this is a 32 count, a 32 count Belfast linen, and see how tiny those are. So on something like that, you do you go over two, but I'll show you that whenever we get into the tutorial. Um, and I think then I want to tell you about floss. Okay, they're really the main two are like DMC and JP Coats. There might be another one out there. Mandy, maybe you could help me. But there's basic, you go into Joann's or Walmart, DMC is what you're gonna come across. And DMC has a lot. Anchor, thank you. I knew there was another one. Thank you very much. See, it's nice to have a cross stitcher in the house. She can help me when I'm failing. I was going to give myself notes, and we were running around all day today, and I didn't get to write any notes. So I have one of these DMC Stitchers color guide, and I use it a lot. And this is actual floss on here. You can grab these. I do have one that I was going to auction off later, but this one has 390 colors. The one I have up for auction is only 360. Um, But this will help you, like if it calls for one of these colors and you don't have it, then you can say, okay, this is the color it is, but I can substitute with maybe this color or whatever color you choose. So this is nice to have, and that's how I substituted my colors out today, is looking up what the color was supposed to be and then substituting it out. Okay, and you can do that with what else I'm going to show you here is there's other companies out there that they call them they're like companies that hand dye floss. So they'll take a base color of a floss in here and then they'll hand dye it. And then it has variegation in it. And this is called Weeks Dye Works. And as you can see, it gets darker in some areas and lighter in areas. So I love the variegation for different things. It depends on what you're stitching. If you're stitching something that you want to look vintage or older, then you want to use the variegated floss. Now, I will tell you that sometimes it's not worth your while to buy variegated floss or hand dyed floss because the variegation isn't that much or that noticeable. For instance, here's a Crescent Colors, and there's not a lot of variegation in this one. Now it's going to be a color that you might not be able to find somewhere else, like that's a flesh tone. But so it might not be worth your money to spend the $3 on this color. You know, you might want to save your money. But see, like this one's called, this is Classic Color Works, and it's a muddy puddle, and you can see the variegation is a lot in that. So if you're doing something like a ship, you know, or bark or something like that, you want the variegation to make it look more lifelike or realistic. So there's a lot of different makers of the hand dyed floss. There used to be only a few. Now there seems like there's always new ones popping up. But I really, really like the hand dyed floss. But the hand dyed floss is going to cost you at least $3. And then you could go into silks. You can do silks. I've tried silks. I'm not really a fan of silk. I know people die when I say that, but I'm not a fan of silk. It shreds. I guess I could try to use it at too long a lengths, but I just don't like it. I'm not fancy, I guess. Hi, Scooper Mom. How are you? And Lily Bag, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate you being here. So we're going to get started on this design here. And like I said, what we are doing here today is we are doing this summer flight. We're not doing the whole thing, but you can go to DMC and download this pattern. It's free. And then you would go and you would take it to Joann or Michael's or Hobby Lobby or wherever you get your floss. Go online and get your floss. 123 Stitch is a really good place to get stuff, but the floss is a little bit more expensive there. But if you just want to get everything all at once, and they got a lot of patterns and stuff, I really like 123 Stitch. And then there's everything cross stitch and a lot of independent places too. But here's your list of colors. Okay, so I already was saying earlier that I decided we're just going to do this design just for me to show you how to do it. Okay, so normally when you look at a design like this, and it's going to tell you, let's find out what it says. Does it say on this one? I might have to use another one of my patterns for an example. Let's see. It says, I'm looking for what you want it to tell you how many stitch count it is. Okay, this one says design is 5.11 by 5.11 across, so 5.11 inches. So, but we really want a stitch count, and this does not give me a stitch count. So let's look at another pattern just so I can explain to you guys what you're going to be looking for if you pick up a pattern and then getting fabric. If you're not going to get one that if you're not going to buy a kit, then you need to know, and kits are easiest, but sometimes they have such pretty designs out there that you want to do one of these pretty designs. Okay, so for instance, on this one, you turn it over, and here it says stitch count. So it's 53 wide by 43 high is your stitch count. Okay, and then it tells you the approximate stitching design. Now keep in mind, this is the stitching design. Don't cut your fabric to this size. Now this is stitched on, We also have to take into account it's saying it's stitched on 32 count, which would equal a 16 count, which is half. So let's say it's 16 count, guys. Um, so if you stitch on a 14 count, you're going to need even bigger. You're going to need bigger than that, okay? But for a 16 count fabric, this is the stitching design size. So you're going to want to add room to at least a minimum. They recommend usually 2. But a very minimum would be an inch, but I do at least 2 inches. So for a frame or for sewing or whatever you're going to do. Now, some stitchers will even give themselves less room than that if they know what they're going to do with it. You know, if they got a piece of linen and they want to save as much of that linen as possible. So you're going to add an inch around to all of this, okay? So just keep that in mind if you find a pattern. And if you buy one at a cross stitch store, they're usually really, really good about helping you with the count and the size and all that stuff. And on 123 Stitch, they also have a stitch count calculator. So you can put your stitch stitch count in there, okay? And then you can put in there what kind of fabric you have. So if you have 14 count fabric, you would type that in and then type in your stitch count. And then it asks you how many inches you want around it. And you would type that in. And then it tells you what size fabric you need. So you don't have to really do a lot of thinking about that. Oh, that one's got a little charm to it. That's really cute. Okay, so that all to say that this one I don't think it has a stitch count, which I could count it by these blocks. All these blocks are 10, these graphs are, these are 10 by 10s. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, looks like 85. So that's 85 by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85. So it's 85 by 85. Okay, so that's what this is, and depending on what fabric you are using would determine like how big a piece of fabric you need. So since I'm just doing this tutorial, I'm just doing that. That's about good. That's how I did it. That's about good. But the way you want to start is I'm going to tell you the simplest, easiest way is you find the middle of your design. So this is pointing out the center of your design here. And over here, it's pointing the center. So you would follow this line over and this line down. And you can use a little pin or whatever you want to do. Mark your center. And whatever color is closest to your center. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's just see, guys. Let's just see. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so right there is where our center is. That doesn't show up very well. Let's do it this. Let's do it there. Okay, so my center is right there where that black mark is. You see that? And I see H's on the one side and I see the little slash mark on the other. It doesn't matter which one I choose to go with, okay? I would just choose one of those symbols and start with that based upon the color, okay? And that's what you need to do. So you're going to go, like I said, you're going to follow this line down and this line across and mark your center, okay? So that way we know where our center is. Welcome in, Opossum. Okay, and then on our fabric, you're going to take whatever piece of fabric you have. You know, we're talking about if you have another design, but you're just going to mark it in halves. Okay, so now we know where the center of this design is. Okay, so there's the center of this design. And then so what I had to do on this, since I'm just doing the bee, is I counted how big the design was, and I counted over, I think it was 11, and I counted up 9, and that was the center of this bee. So I can put him on center for this, okay? And so that's the closest my camera is going to get to this. I'm trying to get really close so you guys can see. So let's see. Mine, it has these little hash marks on it, or where I need to start from. And so when I go to, it says those little hash marks. So I go to my key over here, my legend, and right here, my legend tells me that those little hash marks are right here. And originally it's the 08, but I'm using 822. Okay, so we're going to get out our 822, and I always keep my stuff in a bag together. So I do have some bags, some project bags available. They're not going to hold big projects, but I do have project bags available. Um, and so here's my 822, and I keep my flosses all together like this with a snack bag size with a card in it that says 822, and then the color, because once the band comes off, sometimes you'll forget. So here's my floss. I already got some ready, but I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you in a different one that's already, that we'll need in a second. I want to show you what you're going to be dealing with to start this off. Because you'll be like, mine doesn't look like that wadded mess like yours. Okay, we're going to use this color later. So you're going to get a floss like this, right? And it's going to have an end there. And so you're just going to pull off, don't pull off a ton, especially for something like this. I pull off enough so that I can loop it, because I do a loop start. So I pull off enough that I can loop it, and then I cut it with the scissors that I brought in here and I've buried. Oh, here we go. Sorry, hang on. We're going for a ride, guys. Okay, and then you cut it, and then that's your first. Put this back in the bag so you don't make a mess out of your project bag there. And then now there's lots of different ways you can do this. Since I do the loop method, I only need one strand of this. This is 6-stranded floss, guys. So there's 6 strands in here. Okay, and I only need one. See, there's 6. So you pull out the one. There you go. Okay, so now we got one. Now I will tell you, if I'm working with this floss, you can't just pull out one if you want to keep the variegation. You have to do 2 at a time. But we're not doing that, so we're not going to worry about that today. And so I have the one thing here. We're going to set that to the side because I don't need that one. Oh, I need to show you though. Okay, so a loop start is basically you fold the 2 ends together. I have to do this off camera because it's underneath there and it's all getting all... Oh, I'll tell you, I do this with jewelry. If anybody's going to tangle something, it's going to be me. It is going to be me. Just look at something and it tangles. Okay, so you got your 2 ends together here, and then you're gonna get yourself a needle. Now, I'll show you the needles that I'm really fond of lately. It are these Sullivan's Easy Guide ball needles, and that's the tip of it. It's not pointy, and I really like these for cross stitching. This is a size 28, but you can get a size 26 as well. And I like John James Petites as well, but they're tiny, tiny. So for this one, we're just going to use one of those. See, these are the John James Petites. Oh, you can't even see it on there. It's itty bitty, but I like that on the linen. But we're going to use a bigger one today. And you just floss that in there, and you give yourself a loop. Okay, and I'll do this with sewing regular stuff too, guys, because it just makes a nice finish or nice start on stuff. So on our pattern, it says, where's our center? Our center is right there again. And if you see right here, we're going to start in this box right here. Okay, there's our center and there's our box. So we're starting with that one, that first one right there. It doesn't matter where my thing is on here. Okay, we're calling this the center, calling that the center. Okay, so now the way they're going to tell you to do this is in the instructions in the book. They're going to come up in here and then go down in this corner. Okay, so I'm just going to do what they say in most stuff. I don't normally do that, guys. I'm a rebel and I do it the opposite way. So there you go. Just whatever you do, and you see what I just did? I went through that loop to catch it. You don't have to worry about knotting it or anything. You just go through that loop to catch it. Now, if we weren't knotting it, we would have to do it a different way. But this is the way I'm showing you how to start. So there you go. We just went from one to the other. So what I was saying I do normally is I go from this corner, and go over. So to make the X now, we just go to that corner and then we cross over. Okay? Simple, simple. We just made our first cross stitch. How simple is that? Super simple, huh? Crafty girl, Mama Butt. How are you, Mama Butt? Mama Butt's come to my tutorial before, haven't you, hun? Crafty girl. She's probably already crafted. She already knows how to do this. Okay, so we just did that one, guys. We made our first cross stitch. But then you're like, okay, now what do you need to do? We see there's one sitting on top of there. There's one sitting on top and one beside it. So we're going to go right to those two. We're going to go just do those two right there. We're not going to make this, we're not going to go crazy. We're just going to make this super simple. So since I just went down in that stitch, I just went down in this one. I can't go back up. I can't go back up in that one because my thread's going to come out, guys. So I got to go up over here. But because we're doing this leg first. We're doing this leg first. So we always want to do that leg first. So you go down in that one. Okay. And then we're going to go up in the other one. And down in this one. Okay. It's that easy. And we're starting to build our design already. So we have the 3 stitches. You see, I went to bad habits. That's what I normally do. Never tried cross stitching. It's so super cinchy. Now you can get worse. You can get where it's not super cinchy. Mandy in the chat, she's doing a Mirabilia. That's what you do after you've started and did a couple designs, and then you're like, I'm gonna do a Mirabilia because they are beautiful and I'm crazy, right, Mandy? So I've never done a Mirabilia, and I probably never will do a Mirabilia. Yes. But see, you don't do full coverage, and I will absolutely do full coverage, but I won't do a Mirabilia. Okay, so we have those 3 there. Okay, we have those 3 there. So normally this is like I said, if it's a black and white chart, it's easier. Some people like these better, but I do not like the color charts better, actually, guys. But we're gonna check these off so that we know that we did these. Sure, we are. We're gonna check them off here because I don't want to redo them. So I would use a highlighter normally, is what I do. And then so now our next one, it's under this this back stitching here. We're going to go 4 up, but see, it's counting because we had to count over 1. The next one beside that is a circle. We're not doing the circles. We're doing the hashtag, or that we're doing these little hash marks. So we got to go do 4 up. So we're doing 4 up, 3 up, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing 3 up. So we're going over 1. If anybody's done diamond painting, this is very similar to diamond painting. So, but I have cross stitched for lots of years. I can't add it up. Basically, since probably since I'm 52, probably since I was 12. So 40 years. That's easy, Johnny. Wow, can't add that one up. Whew, I'm such a whiz. Oh my goodness. So there we go. So we're going to just keep on working away at this, and we'll see how much we can get accomplished. You guys don't feel like like I said, that these go super fast. That's why I'm picking a little project. This is all about making something and relaxing. Make it a relaxing thing so you don't need a therapist. You come home, you do some crafting. This is something portable you can do on the plane. You can do it, you can take it to somebody's house. If you can read in the car, you can do this in the car. A lot of people can't do this in the car because they can't read in the car. And the only thing we're going to make sure, guys, is that we're doing the same bottom leg and the same top leg the same way. And I may revert to the normal way I do it, and I'm going to try to catch myself. So there we go. We're building that part. So we're going to mark those off now. Marking those off. So anybody in the chat, do you think that you can handle this? Do you think you can handle this? So we got those done. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my niece. My niece, I taught her how to do it in the pandemic also, and she started all these projects. She was buying them in the mail. I'm like, quit buying them. Finish a couple of them. I'm like, I get having a couple, but she thought she was gonna stitch them so fast. Okay, the best way for me to make sure you get your oh, we don't want that one. We don't want that one. Oh, there you go. The kind of boat I would be the best captain for is a cruise ship, a fast ski boat, or a single person kayak. The best kind of boat, or the kind of boat I would be the best captain for. So, what kind of boat would you be the best captain for? A cruise ship, a fast ski boat, a single person kayak? I'm gonna say a single person kayak for sure for me. Okay, so now we're gonna see. Um, so now we're gonna go over this way and we're gonna do 3 across this way. So you see the graph here? We're gonna skip that one right there. We're gonna go 3 across there. Hello guys, welcome in. Welcome to the show. So now we're gonna go I don't know which one I went down in now because I was yakking. So we're gonna go over there and down in this one. We're gonna do 3. It said to do 3, so we're doing 3. And another way you can do this is also, I'll show you on the next one. Let's see, maybe I'll show you on the next one. Yeah, I'll show you on the next one what else you can do because it's a part where I have to end anyhow. So if you have a big block of colors, there's a thing where you do one of the legs first and then you do the other leg of it after you do the first leg. And I do that with big bunches of colors. So you aren't counting half, it seems like half as much or whatever. It just seems to go faster. So probably should get a little closer for you. So there you go. So we just did 3 across. We're going to mark those off on our chart. Keep me on track here. First time ever teaching on camera, so I'm sure I can use some improvements. Okay, so now we're going to go down 1 and over 1. So we're going down 1 and over 1, which is just at this little angle right here. So we're going there. There you go. So we got that one. And then we're going to look at our chart again. And we're going to go over 1 and down. So, and then we need 2 there. It shows 2 little marks there. So we're going down and over. Okay, let's see. I'm doing this on camera, so it takes a little bit of time sometimes to hit the hole. 2. We need 2. So pretty easy. There you go. That's those 2. And then let's see. So we're done on that section up there. The other ones would go be down over here. So we can go over there. And I'm going to look at my floss amount here. I think I can reach. You don't really go too far down and over. But for ease of this tutorial, we're going to do that. Let's see, count from that. So I'm looking for my other little, my other little hash mark, which is right there, which is right here. So I'm going to go down there, and I have these 2 right here. So I'm going to skip 1 and do that one right there. Oh, going in my normal spot. That's not where, there we go. So we want to keep it consistent here. And I'm gonna have to finish off here in a second. And I like to run it to the brink. Um, so we gotta do two. We gotta do two stitches. So let's go ahead and do those two. And we can do the little sewing method here on that one. Oops, what did you just do there, Johnny? Yeah, that looks funky. I don't like the way that looks. We're gonna rip that out. We're gonna rip that out. I don't like that. I might have went under a floss. What in the world? I see what I did. Caught that other thread there. So what I did is I caught this thread right here and it made the stitch lay funky. So we're going to redo that one. Just rip it out. Hi, Lacey DC. How are you? You cross stitch, Lacey? Okay. We're going to go back up into that one there. If anybody's just coming in, I will be more than happy to explain what I'm doing again, but I thought I'd go with it until we see who all comes in. There we go. Oh, nice. So relaxing, isn't it? Yeah, you're like me. You're a multi-crafter. Okay, so we're going to go try it doing it on camera. This is a challenge and a half, I'm telling you. Okay, so we need to finish this off. And I'm not sure, this is the way I finished mine off. This is the way I've always finished it off. So this is the way I'm finishing it off. I just go underneath stitches and finish it. That's the way I choose to do it. You can do whatever way you feel you need to do it. So I just do that. This pretty little handmade stitch um, needle minder here. I love that little needle minder. Okay, so we need to thread up again. Thread up. Make sure I keep that design in the right, let's see, in the right situation. I don't want to start stitching on it wrong. Welcome in Off the Hook by Jay. Do you cross stitch? I mean, do you cross stitch? Do you crochet is what I was going to ask. Off the Hook. That sounds like you crochet. Either you're fishing. Maybe you fisher. You're a fisher. Let me thread my needle here, guys. And like I was telling everybody before, I do a loop start. Let's mark these off here. I've done those. Okay, now we're gonna go across to those two. So let's start off again. So starting off is we're doing this corner over here, and then we're gonna go down in this corner, and then we're gonna catch our loop. There we go. And if anybody's interested in any fabric, I have some 14 count fabric available. I have some kits available. I would run those if anybody's available, but if people aren't interested, I don't want to take up anybody's time to do that. Let's see. Hi, Fabric Finesse. How are you? Are you a cross stitcher too? I know you're definitely a sewer and a crafter. Okay, and then so we did those two. Now we're going to go back to our chart here. Let's mark those off. And then we got to do this one. So we're looking for these little marks. Okay, so now we're going to do that one. If you guys are just coming in, I would be happy to repeat anything that you want me to repeat. Yep, I figured you had. I figured you're just like me, multi-crafter. Um, so like I was saying, I do have kits and fabric available if you guys are interested in any kits or any fabric. I have some extra that I was gonna sell. There we go. Okay, so now we've got, this is a pattern from DMC website, and I'm just doing this bee right here just for the sake of the show, the tutorial. But you can download this for free at DMC, and I thought it was really cute. And I thought this little bee would be really cute, just framed or made into a small little pillow or something. So that's what we're doing. And it comes with all the floss, you know, you have all the floss that you need, and depending on the fabric that you want to use, makes your design smaller or bigger. I'm using 14 count just so that everybody can see the design and what I'm doing. Okay, now we got to go. Now this is where some counting comes in. This is where some counting comes in. So we just did this one. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's number 6. So we're going to go down to number 6. Yes, 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 yes. I'm my patch tutorial. When is it? Let me look at when my patch tutorial is. I do have one coming up, Lacey DC. Um, Let me look. I have one coming up. Um, August 16th. August 16th, I'm doing a patch tutorial. And I'm probably gonna do. I'll probably be making something that's in one of the kits. Um, but I am gonna start. I'm adding more stuff to them because I thought about doing this one. Um, this one is not a kit that I have available, but I thought about doing this one. But I gotta find the right stuff that I want to do for it. So, but I do have some kits available in the Buy It Now. I did this one last time, this owl. I did this owl one, and I've done this one. This was the first one I did, and then I did this owl. So I could even do one out of these too. So those are always really fun, and yeah, those are a fun show. I actually have really started enjoy doing those kits or those patch tutorials, and I think I'll just keep doing patch tutorials honestly because I just really like them. Okay, so now we're gonna count 6. So we're gonna count down 6 here, and I just do it from the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Johnny. Okay, so am I going to the 6th one? Or am I stitching in the 6th one? I need to count that again. See, that's what happens when I count 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm stitching in the 6th one. Okay, that's what I forgot. Okay, and then over 1. So 6 down and over 1. So, so that means that there is how many in between this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 in between that one. Let's make sure there's 4 in between that one. Let me get this done here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. No, there's not. See, I'm screwing this up, guys. This is when it gets messy. Let's see here. There's 4 in between there. Yes, 4. Okay, here we go. So, it was hard for me to see that on camera actually. So we got 4 in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 squares, and then we're gonna do this over here. Okay. And so now we need how many across? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those. So what we can do, this is what I was saying earlier, is we can do half the leg across and then go back and do the other half leg. So we're going to do that. We're going to go down, and then this is the sewing method where I just come back up in that one, and this will make it go faster. Okay, so now we have 5, and then we just easy peasy go back over them the other way. Easy is peasiest on camera, that is. Man, these people on YouTube that do this now, I'm just like, oh, well, sometimes I guess they do it over their shoulder. I'm like, how in the world do they do this on camera all the time? It's crazy. So there we go. So we got all those. Okay, and then we got 3 up above, so we go 2 up down here, and we're going to go to this one right here, and we're going to cross that. Hopefully everybody's having a really good Friday. My husband usually goes out of town or out of the house on Friday. That's why I decided to do these on Friday, because I'd be sitting crafting anyhow. So I thought, why not do some tutorials? And these are usually up on my YouTube as well. If you missed any of the first part of it, then you can go to my YouTube. I have this one now, and I have a Learn to Crochet up on there. So you can go back and watch those, or they're still available on Whatnot as well. Okay, let's see. And then we have 1, and then we're going to be done with this color, I think. Yay! We'll be done with the color. Yay! Mandy, how are you doing? How are you doing on yours, Mandy? Since I feel like I'm stitching with you now, Mandy. We're just stitching together, you and I. Either that or you left me, Mandy. Did you leave me? She's like, I'm trying to count and you're talking to me. Stop talking to me. Okay, so I'm going to mark these off. So we have all that done now. So if we look at this and look at what I got done, should look pretty similar, right? There we go. So now we're going to tie that off. Hi, Susie. How are you? If you want me to repeat anything, I'll absolutely. Yes, I am. I'm Seam So Vintage on YouTube as well. I used to only put test videos on there, Lacey DC, but now I'm starting to put these tutorials on there as I do them. I don't have any patch tutorials on there because we didn't figure it out until I'd already done those patch tutorials. So, now where's my little needle minder so I don't lose my needle? I'm really bad about losing my needles, guys. Okay. So now we got that. Now we're going to change colors. And now we're going to look for the symbol again. The symbol we're looking for, let's see. Let's go ahead and do the H's. There's only a few H's, so we'll do these H's. There's literally like only 3 or 4 H's. So we'll go ahead and do those. We're going to look at our little chart here and see what it says as far as a color for an H. Right here, that's 3820. 3820. 3820. I'm going to go to my little bag here. I'm done with the 822, so I can put that away. 3820 is this. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. I like that color. And we're going to pull off a strand here. Now we only need enough for 3 stitches, but I don't want to cut super short length either. So we're going to cut it the length I want it. Okay. Put this back in my bag. Hi, the Fairies Meadow. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Just going through. Had you cross stitch or do you want to learn to cross stitch? Hi Nicole Padilla, how are you? You guys know how to cross stitch or you want to learn to cross stitch? Okay, we're just doing this little bee on this chart right here. This little bee right here. That is what we're doing tonight. And if you want to catch up with me, you can go to YouTube and find me under Seam So Vintage. And it has the beginning part where I go over the fabric and all that fun stuff. If you want to learn. Threading a needle. Should have brought my needle threader in here. Hi, V Givy Goblin. How are you? V Givy Goblin. V Givy Goblin. Welcome in. Trying to thread my needle, and it's fighting me. My eyes have not been the best. Hi, flippin' friends. How are you? Thank you for coming in. You can't cross stitch now because you didn't come in soon enough. You don't know the beginning. You're gonna have to go to my YouTube channel and see the beginning now. Hi, Bolo. How are you? I'm making this little bee right here. Making this little bee, and I've already got everything that's black right there. I've already stitched. So now I'm just stitching in my own little, yeah. I'm just stitching in my own little paradise here. Let's see. I've got to do these. I'm doing the H's now, and I've only got those 3 H's right there to do. Literally 4 H's. Those 3 right there to do first. Thank you guys for coming and saying, "Hey, I'm basically just chatting to whoever comes in and just that's what I'm doing. Just really low key right now." There we go. Had a pretty good group in here earlier, and then once they saw the beginning and they got started, I think they just went out to buy their own kit. They're like, "I'm gonna go buy some stuff now. Gotta go to Hobby Lobby, buy me some stuff." So there you go. Yeah, exactly. So here you go. Just making little stitches, little stitches. I'll show you guys some pieces that I made since you guys are here and you guys really probably don't want to learn how to cross stitch, but I can definitely show you some things I've made that are very unique and you guys, because I don't show you all the stuff that I make all the time um, and I don't have any of it framed or any of it sewn into anything. Oh, I'm so glad you do. Um, I have all kinds of pieces. A cat was in here, and I was like, oh, the pieces I could either frame and pawn off on people or something. I mean, I just got so many pieces that I just need to. Let me get these stitches done, and then I'll show you because I only have 4 of them to do. Okay, now we're doing catty corner of that right there. And I was telling everybody the one piece took me 8 years. Yep, you just cross your stitches. It's as simple as that. That's why it's called cross stitch. It is literally you're just going up in one corner and you're going down in the other corner. Then you go up into one corner and you go down in another corner. It's literally just cross stitching. The only thing you have to do is you got to make sure, or you should make sure, I used to not make sure, that you come up, like this leg right here, the first one that you make is the same on every stitch, so that way it looks cohesive and looks nice. But that's all the stitches that this color requires. So I'm going to double check my chart to make sure, and that's all it requires. And then I'm going to go underneath, fish this underneath, and just make a knot. And this type of canvas is literally the easiest kind to work with, and as far as the biggest stitches to see, I've made things on other And I didn't do a good knot on that, but we'll catch it up later. It's not a big deal. Um, so, and look at this. Isn't this beautiful? I bought this from a girl online. She makes these, and these she makes out of polymer clay. Isn't that beautiful? But that, a lot of people, if you have a bigger piece of fabric, you just, so if you come across these below, people do like these. Um, so it sticks on your fabric, and then your needle, you can keep your needle there as you're stitching, whatever. So, but if you come across them, that's what they are. They're just little needle minders. Okay, let me show you guys. So this is one I need to finish. I mean, it's finished, but I need to put it in a frame or something. But that's got beads on it, and you just put it in a little frame. It's got, all these are beads. Here's some cute little ones I want to do for Easter. I want to finish off for Easter. Make them into like egg shapes, and then put them in like a little bowl by the door to decorate with. Aren't those cute? And then I have, this is the one I was telling everybody that I did when my dad was sick, and I worked on this when I took care of him. So it has a lot of memories just of me taking care of him and doing it. But I did that one. So that's another style. I bet you like that one, don't you? And then I have, this is early on in my coming back to cross stitch. This was like when they give you a chart every month and you do the little thing every month. And I don't really do these style anymore. But so you like, this was Alice in Wonderland. It's all the different Storytime classics. And you just do one little thing every month. I got that one. This one I did in Haiti. And these are all a bunch of different charts. And it just has all these sayings on it. And I need to frame that one. I have that one. And then this one is, I love this one too, and I need to frame it. But it's a good marriage. A good marriage must be created. The little things are the big things. You're never too old to hold hands. Remember to say, I love you every day. Don't go to bed angry. Say words of appreciation and gratitude. Forgive and forget. Give each other a safe place to grow. Marriage is not only marrying the right person, it's being part of having the, or it's being the right partner. I love that. And then I have this one. I have a couple different ones of these. This is Polka Dot Bikini. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? Look at those dog sleds. So we have that one. And then this one is the one that took me 8 years to finally finish. It didn't, I mean, I didn't work on it consecutively 8 years, but this one came in a kit. And I have that one. So those are just some examples. I was showing people of the different types of styles that you can do. You don't have to stay in like one genre. You know, you got lots of different, different styles there. Aw, that doesn't take that much talent. You just got to be able to read a chart. You just got to be able to read the chart. I mean, look, it starts with something simple like this. Just got to be able to read. Read. Okay, so next off, I'm going to change my colors. Thank you for coming in, Kim. You know how to cross stitch, or do you want to learn to cross stitch? Okay, next up, we did these H's. We're gonna mark these off of the, I'm gonna mark these off of my chart here. We did these H's. Oh, my marker is not wanting. You know how, good. Well, thanks for coming in. I'm just showing people. I also have this on YouTube if people want to watch it back. But I'm just somebody else was in here and they were doing a Mirabilia. I don't know if she's still here or she's just listening. She knows how to cross stitch and she just like, I'm just here to stitch with you. But I printed off this free chart from DMC to show people how to do it. I do have kits available if people want to buy a kit. I do have some available, but I would have to run them as an auction if you're interested in that. And I have some some 14 count Aida available if people want that. So let's see, what did I say? We're gonna do the letter N now. Let's see, let's look at my chart and see what color that is. Oh, thank you. We call that save the stitch. Save the stitch, Lisi. Yeah, you're right. You do. I like to watch people do things too like that because it's like, oh, I didn't do. That's when I started doing the loop start because I saw other people doing it. I never did the loop start, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like genius. Now I do the loop start. But honestly, probably Kim, you probably won't learn anything from me, other than if you've never done it before. Because I mean, even though I've done it forever, I do the same thing over and over and over. You know what I mean? I do. Do you watch FlossTube, Kim, on YouTube? Okay, what number are we looking for? We are looking for the letter N. We are looking for 745. 745. Yeah, if you guys don't know about FlossTube on YouTube, you can learn a lot from watching people on there. But I am streaming this to YouTube right now, uh, um, so that people can go back and watch it. Oh, sometimes, yeah. I have certain people I just watch all the time because they're consistently posting. Other than that, I don't have a lot of time to watch them. YouTube takes up a, I mean YouTube, Whatnot takes up a lot of my time, so I don't have a lot of time to watch a lot. I moderate for somebody here on YouTube. On YouTube, I keep saying that now. On Whatnot, and so I have that I do. So takes it takes my time. But thanks for coming in. Appreciate my fellow cross stitchers coming in and supporting me. Really appreciate that. What kind of cross stitch do you do? What's your favorite kind, or some of your favorite designers? Oh, hush up, Bolo. What's your favorite designers? I love hands-on design. Hands-on designs. I love them. And I'm really a fan of Mill Hill kits. I love the Mill Hill kits. I need to finish one this year. I try to do at least one every year. And who else? I like Kathy Barrett. Let's see. We're doing the ends. Okay, we're gonna start with this end right here. Let's look at my chart. You love Mill Hill art. Doesn't it make it so easy? So we're doing that in, and then we're gonna go down 3, 2 on that one. Okay. So, um, this is what I don't want to do. I'm like, I've got my thing upside down. Here we go. Like that does not look right. That just does not look right. Oh, which Heaven and Earth designs are you doing? I've got a couple started from them too. But I got to be in the mood to do those. I'm not a big full coverage person, but I do I have to be in the mood. And sometimes I'm just in the mood. I started a couple when I lived in Haiti. I'm doing an epic Pokemon one too. That's going to take me probably an eternity to finish, but as they say, it's my stitch that I will be doing in the nursing home. I'll be taking it to the nursing home with me. Okay, we're going to go over to this little dude over here. You'll have to bookmark some of my shows, Kim. I don't know what you usually watch here on Whatnot. Maybe just the crafting people, but I do clothes shows, jewelry shows, other tutorials, and I do just do all kinds of things. Whatever. I've done this and that shows. Um, I do whatever strikes my fancy. I don't normally stitch on Ada either, but I'm doing it for this one for the sake of the tutorial. And I'm going through the wrong thread on some of these, but that's okay. I'm not gonna get too bent out of shape about it. It's definitely a different, it's different stitching on camera. I'm like, okay, so now we got those done. Let's see what else is next. What is next? My marker. So we're gonna mark those off. And then we got these down here. So we're gonna go to that one and do 2. One down to here. And we're gonna cut over to there. Yep, making sure that I did the right one. You're fixated. Yes, it's pretty amazing seeing it come together, right? It's therapeutic to do too. And that's why I said, if people would learn to do some kind of craft, and it's very relaxing. It's very, very relaxing. I usually like to craft at least once a day. Um, I don't know what I would have done in Haiti if I couldn't have crafted. Um, but it soothes me. You could probably I know for sure you guys can hear it in my voice. Those of you that I talk to all the time, I just get in a zen and it just calms me and relaxes me. And yes, it sure does. Gives a bird's eye view. It does, and you're like, wow, okay, where are we at there? Okay, now I don't know if this is a Borgello tuck or not, but I just kind of go under some threads here. Make sure I'm not going through. I can't see what I'm doing. I am going through. My tie-offs are not the prettiest on this. I can tell you that right now because I am just doing it through this stupid lens here. And let's see. Okay, so there we go. Look at that. We're getting a B, guys. We're getting a B. Thank you. You know where I get this from, Lacey DC? Is I get it from this girl on here. She does it Monday nights. I usually go after Kat's show because Kat does her show on Monday nights. And her name is Kim's Thrift Antiques. And she does jewelry normally, but on Monday nights she does Color Street, and she's trying to get out of selling them now. And they're nail polish on strips, and they smell like nail polish. But this is my third time applying them, and I'm getting better at it. It's definitely something to learn. Um, but they stay way better than polish, but they stay pretty good considering. You just got to learn how to put them on. And she sells them. I think they normally are like $15 when you buy them from a Color Street person, but she sells them for $5 for a package. And a package can do your nails twice if you have short nails like mine. So you can do them twice, and I think that's pretty good. I know that nail polish is cheaper when you think about it, but when you think about it, you have to do it more and it takes longer. Like this took me 15 minutes to do these, and it's dry. You don't have to worry about gunking them up or messing them up. Like this, I messed up today because I was picking at something, but really, I don't think that's that big of a deal. And I need to buy me some more because I'm afraid she's gonna run out and I'm not gonna have enough in advance to have my nails. So thank you though. They have so many choices, and you just take it off with regular nail polish too. Okay, so let's see here. We did the H's. Let's do the L's. So now we're gonna do the L, and let's see what our L is 3854. So we're looking there 3854. 3854. And I was showing guys, I have these project bags. These hold small projects, but I do have these available in the buy it now. And These are for small knitting projects, small crochet projects, small projects, or for your panties, or for traveling, whatever. 3854. That's what we're looking for, right? 3854. 3854. Oh, pretty orange, like a sherbet orange. Yeah, yeah. Check her out. Now this one I already have a couple. I already have this one caught, so I'm gonna have to not do my loop start on this one because I already have some floss here and I don't want to waste it. So let's see. Come on. I should have brought my needle threader in here. And I use these, I was telling earlier, I use these ball tip needles on my cross stitch. I don't know if you use these, but these are Sullivan's Easy Guide ball tip needles. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That is so sweet of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Really, really, really. That was super sweet of you. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna go in here is what the chart says to go into this spot that's available. And another, you bought two of them, Lacey? Lacey DC. Thank you so much. So sweet. So you bought the hedge one and the pull top one. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That does make my day because I don't do necessarily these tutorials to sell stuff, but if I do make a sale, it really does help with my time. I appreciate that. Okay, so um and then we're gonna go up over here, and on this one, since I can't do the loop start, we're gonna do like this and finish it off. Throw this guy over here. You go over there. And I always make myself have the smallest. I used to knot years and years ago. So we just caught him underneath that. And then there you go, like that. And oh, look what I did. Ick. I don't know why it did that. That stitch does not look good. That stitch right there, it's got all that. But this is just a tutorial, so I'm not gonna. Now, normally, if this was something I was finishing, I would pull that back out and fix that because I don't like that space right there. But since I'm doing it on camera, it kind of, I think I'm kind of messing with my threads here. Like I'm going down in the wrong thread. But we're just doing this for a tutorial. Okay, so those two, it said LL, and then we have an L right here. Go up in that corner, and then go down in this corner here. And then we're going to go up there, and down. Okay, and then we have L's, the second one in right here. So we're going to go up, or we're going to go down right there. There you go. So we got two. We got two. And we're going to do this guy because I want to go down. I want to end up in a down over there. So like I said, guys, if you guys don't cross stitch, you always just want to make sure your first leg of your cross stitch is at the same direction. Oh, that's awesome. I need to get on making some more, honestly. I've been making so many hats that I've been lacking on my bag making, but that's my goal is to get more bags made in the next couple months because I do know people bought some from me last year like you did, and I had another lady buy some for Christmas gifts. So I'm trying to beef up my buy it now with some different things for Christmas. I really appreciate that. You're such a great supporter. And then we're going to do this little guy right here. So we did these, and we did this. Now we're doing this one, and we did those two. Okay, now we're doing this little dude right here. So we're going to finish that little square off there. We're going to finish this off here. There you go. And then we got one more or two more. Okay. So we got this little dude up here. He has one beside him based on the chart right beside, but then I have this little guy that's cattywampus him. So we're going to do the cattywampus guy because he's closest to us. Right there. And there you go. I think, Lisi, the one bag you bought is vintage fabric too. The floral one, the one that cinches up on top of it, it is made with vintage fabric. Okay, so we have those L's done. So now we're done with the L. We're done with the L. Yay! So we will tuck this under here. Yeah, and I can't remember, but I think it might be vintage lace on it too, but I can't remember. So a couple of them I had with vintage lace. Yeah. Okay, so that one is finished on that. We're just powering down these numbers here. Okay, so the next color, isn't that looking cute? Okay, the next color we're going to do are these little, oh, we're going to get some legs on him. We're going to get some legs on him. We're going to do these little marks right here. And those are 30, 32. Because I'm substituting my colors because I don't have all these lower numbers. So 30, 32, which they're similar. I don't know if you guys have one of these, but this is like a substitution chart. So you can see what color it's supposed to be and then see what color you have that you can substitute for. So that's what I used to get the colors. Okay, 30, 32. 3032. That's like a greenish, tannish color. Okay, let's see. 30, 32. We need a PCU. Thank you guys for being here and hanging with me. If you guys are cross stitching along, that's awesome. I know, like I said, this is streaming to YouTube, so if you came across me, thank you so much. You can find me on Whatnot. That's where I'm live at right now, and I'm just streaming it to YouTube. Come over with that link and follow me on Whatnot, and I do lots of different tutorials, and I sell on Whatnot, and I have craft shows, and I do jewelry, and I sell clothes, all the fun stuff. Now this, normally, see how close this matches? Normally I probably wouldn't use this, but I do know there's back stitching that's done in this, so I think that will be fine since I'm doing the back stitching. So we're going to go ahead and go with it. And we have these two stitches right here that we got to start with. We're going to start with these higher ones and go down here. You love cross stitching, so do I. Cross stitching is making a comeback. A lot of people are, I think, because the designers are just phenomenal. I don't use a hoop. I stitch in hand. I started stitching in hand probably 8 years ago, and I've never went back. I even stitch in hand for the only thing you do hand embroidery. I admire that because I've never been good at hand embroidery. But even the Hades that I've started stitching in hand on those. But I got a roller frame, for Christmas. I haven't been able to set it up, but I'm gonna put those in the roller frame, and when I get my craft room finished, so I can just keep them set up. Um, but those I'll do in the roller frame. But no, I've been stitching in hand. I saw so many people a roller frame. It's got big rods, okay? Big rods that you hook it each side into, and they clamp like this on it, and then you can just roll it to where you need to be in your design, because Heaven and Earth Designs, right? The full coverage ones. They're so big and so massive that there's just a lot of material that goes into that. So that's what I got the roller frame for. But I do need some. You can get different size bars. You can get them shorter and longer. Um, but I do have kits available. If you want, I could show you the kits I have if you want to. If you want to look at what I have available, but that's not what I'm doing the whatnot for. But I had them available just in case somebody wants to see what I have available. And then I have some Aida fabric available as well. Let's see. We're doing his little legs, and I'm just doing a little pattern that I downloaded from DMC website. They have free patterns available, and so I just found a free pattern so that way I'm not sharing anyone's pattern, infringing on the copyright, because I don't want to do that. So this you can download off. This is the whole design right here, but I decided for this tutorial that I would just do this little bee right here. But it is free on the DMC website, and it's called Summer Flight. And I just thought it was cute enough and small enough to do this little piece. And then we're going to do these little stitches right here. And so far we haven't had to rip anything out, have we? Because we're doing a small enough design, but don't get upset, guys, if you're new to this and you do have to rip out stitches. It's a normal thing. Don't beat yourself up over it. But there are things that sometimes when I count wrong several times and make the same mistake over and over, I finally say, nope, I'm going to do another piece. You are in time out. I am not doing this anymore. And then I get a fresh new pair of eyes later on the project, because there's no sense in making mistakes over and over and over, right? So we're doing all these little tan stitches. Okay, so let's see what we got done here. We did these little stitches up here. These are his little legs up here. We did these two, and we did this one. So his little head's complete now. And then we're going to do these two legs over here to the side of him. Two legs, these two stitches to make that leg. We're going to do those two stitches over to the side, and that'll do that little leg. And you guys are going to see that when we do this back stitching, for those of you that don't cross stitch and you're just watching, when you do this back stitching, you're going to see the difference in the back stitching makes on this. I don't do a lot of stuff now that requires a lot of back stitching unless I'm absolutely dead over it, and I'm like, I gotta do that. I've got to do that piece because I'm a lazy back stitcher. I've got several pieces that are waiting to be back stitched, and I just put them away and don't touch them because I don't want to do the back stitching. So we got those little legs. He's got little legs there, little legs there. Now we're going to go down over here to this side of the body over here and do these stitches right in here. So that is right there in that little mark. So we're going to go over there. Where are you, needle? Where are you? We'll go in that one. There we go. Thanks, guys, for coming in. If you have any questions, just let me know. I usually do trivia during my tutorials, but people have been coming and going today, so I haven't really been doing it today because, it's just too many comings and goings. But come into my shows that I have when I have jewelry shows, clothing shows. I do trivia, and it's not hard trivia. It's just fun trivia, guys. And sometimes we'll start doing some other trivia when I start running out of things to do. But it'll be fun. It's just fun to get you started, going, chatting it up and having fun. Just a relaxing. Makes it relaxing for you. Even if you're not buying anything in my shows, I'm okay with that. I just like the community and I like sharing and I like having a good time. So there you go. And I'm going to take a drink. And if you're stitching right along with me, please take a drink. Take a moment. Take a moment and take a drink. Hydrate yourself. There you go. Yeah, I can. Well, you know what? I'm going to be really cheap. I have to look at the pieces and tell you what I got. I also have some of these little towels. These little towels. Let me see what I got at this measurements of it. Like I have this Aida cloth. This is like Aida 14 count. So this piece I would run for like $2. And the only reason I'd run it for $2 is because the Whatnot takes like 30-40 cents or something. And I have like this cream piece that I run for 2. And then I have the 15-18 size piece. I would run this for 3. This 15 by 18 piece. So any of these small packages I would run for 2, and those I'd run for 3. So, and then I have some of this. This is an Aida. This is it's an 18 by 27.5. This is Jubilee, and this is Christmas Red. So this is 28 count. But I don't really do this dark stuff anymore. I mean, I do like the chalkboard fabric, but this is just, see the color. It's really pretty. But that's Regency, and I would do that for yeah, I would do this one for $6 for this. But yeah, so yeah, just let me know, hit me up. I might end up putting in my buy it now, and then I have some kits. I have some kits available, like that little kit, and I have this kit available, this Dimensions kit. I have this Design Works kit available. I have this Life is Fragile, Handle with Prayer one available. And then I have this one available. And then I love this one, but I decided I'm just not going to do it. This frog one available. So those are the kits I have. If you're interested in any of those, I could tell you what prices I would give you on those. Okay, so we did his little leggies right here, 3 down, and then we're going to go do the 1 over. Okay, so this is his little leg right there. And then we're going to go across his body and over to there, right there. And yes, I have, let me show you real fast what I have. I have it sitting on the table. Let me show you what I use. I don't know if you're familiar with it. I have this right here. You get these on Amazon, okay? And you look through them. You put this on your head. You look really dumb with it on, but it doesn't really matter that you look dumb with it on. And look at that. And it really, really helps. Like my husband uses this a lot. And it has a little light here. Has a light. See? And I use that, and then you get different. No, you're fine. This is totally fine. This is what I'm here for. Um, and then it has like different magnification. Okay, and so depending on what magnification you use, and like I said, my husband uses this fixing computers and fixing all kinds of small things, and he borrows it a lot too. I told him he needs to, I probably should get him one just for Christmas. But if you have the small count, like on a darker fabric, or even sometimes depending on the day, I would use it on this one because, oh, thank you so much. You are the biggest brat ever, BCDC. But thank you so much. Um, Yes, they're I can't remember. They're like $15 or something like that. They're not bad. I think that's reasonable. Brat. Yeah, she's a brat. Such a brat. But I love you being a brat. Don't get me wrong. I love you being a brat. But yeah, these are amazing like for any kind of like small work you guys do, even if you do like jewelry work, jewelry repairs, anything like that. These are a must have. And I think you got to buy some. I think everybody can use them. And like I said, I'm probably going to get a pair of those for my husband for Christmas. What's it called? I can tell you what this one's called, but maybe just take a screenshot. Here, I'll put it like that. And you take a screenshot and see if you can get that on Google Image. Um, because I can't remember what they're called, magnifiers or something. And there's different brands. You know what I mean? And they're all very similar. You're welcome, hon. Thank you for being here. Okay, so we're doing this little leg right here. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And if you have questions, that's what I'm here for. Just ask away. Ask away. You're interacting with me, and that's I know that sounds silly, but I've told other people that I like the interaction sometimes. Yeah. Isn't it amazing? DCDC, isn't I love that headset. And my husband actually kind of gave me a chuckle when I wore it the first time. And I'm like, hey, I can see things. Yes, it is a game changer. It's amazing. And he kind of chuckled, and I'm like, whatever, I can see this. And before I know it, he's like, where's that little headset you had on the other day? I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. And now he's always asking me where it is. So I just think it's really funny how it changed so fast after he realized how amazing it is. Yeah. Uh, yeah, because you look a little bit, especially like if you wear glasses already, you look a little ridiculous with it on, but I don't really care. Um, when it saves your eyes, you're not sitting there with a headache afterwards. And then I can still stitch the things that I absolutely love to stitch because some of those designs, they look so much better on a smaller count fabric. Like the girl that was doing the Mirabilia, that's going to look so much better on a smaller count fabric so that her face has a finer details. Now, I've seen them on 14 count and they look really nice on 14 count, but they look so much better on the smaller count because you don't see, you don't see the small holes as well on this versus this. You just don't see the holes as well. So, yeah, my favorite fabric is actually Wexford linen, which is harder to find. Um, I just love Wexford. That's my most favorite, but it's a little pricey. Um, But that's what that Lizzie Kate that I showed you earlier, that's what I did the Lizzie Kate on, was Wexford linen. So I'm going to finish this one off. We're getting a B, guys. We are getting a B. Now the wings are going to take us a little bit. I'm not lying about that one. They're going to take a little bit. Okay, so that was 30, 32, I believe. Get my little needle minder there. Okay, so next number or color we need are those little red triangles. Let's get those little red triangles. Let's get those busted out because we only have like 6 of those. So the little red triangles are number 352, 352, 352, 352, 352, 352. Oh, this is a little bit, they used a little bit quirky colors on this for sure. But it'll still be cute. Those French, I'm telling you, DMC is French, so they see things differently than us. Aw, thank you. Well, like I said at the beginning, is I really want people to get back into the crafts and I want people to start crocheting again. I want people to start knitting again. I want people to start doing embroidery, whatever, just any kind of craft because it is a fading art. That's why I love that my daughter's back here and she's crocheting stuff again because she wasn't doing it as much. And it's a skill. It's a skill, right? And it's just relaxing. Hi, Rocky Mountain Vintage. Oh, Rocky Mountain Revivals Vintage. I always forget the revivals. Thank you for coming in, hun. We're making a little cross stitch bee here. And, oh, yeah, I got one of those. I have one of those. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a slob and I'm lazy. I don't like putting things in the hoop. That's why I don't hoop. And I have some of those. I've actually sold some too because I don't use them. And that's why usually my paperwork is like everywhere in my pattern pieces. I have a pattern that it was a stitch along and you printed out a pattern every month and you stitched it. I got all the way to month 12 and I printed out my pattern or saved it or something. I can't find it anywhere. And the company, which I will never buy anything from that company again, told them I lost my pattern, and they're from the UK, and they said, "Well, you should keep better track of your patterns." I'm like, "Really, really? That's the response you're going to give me?" They wouldn't let me download the pattern again. I was so upset. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm never buying a pattern from you ever again because that was rude. Um, so I've got it. It's like not finished. It's not finished. It's not finished. Okay, so then we're gonna do those two first. Right in here. We're right there. But yeah, a lot of people keep those line keepers. They're magnetic and they're like little line keepers. Yeah, they actually said that. I could not believe they actually said that. They said you should keep better track of your patterns. And I'm like, Um, okay, because I think there was something I had to clean up it seems like to me, I did print it off, but like I lost some data or oh, I went out the wrong hole. Um, I lost some data or something on my computer and I lost a bunch of files and I was trying to explain that to him like with my email because it was in an email. And so I had lost it. And I was trying to explain that to him and it's like they didn't really care. Oh my goodness. And it was a really cute pattern. And I don't even know what to do with it now. I keep looking at it like I really want to finish it. I think I went on Instagram and asked if anybody else was part of the stitch along and asked them just for part 12 and told them that I would prove to them that I, by having all the other patterns, that I was part of the stitch along. It's not like I was stealing, a pattern, that I just lost my pattern, and that I needed, why can I not find this hole? That I just needed that one pattern to finish my piece. And I got no response. So it was a little bit of a bummer. So I would like to finish it, just because I don't like having things hang out there unfinished if I know that I could finish it. And it's like a kind of a sea life kind of piece, and that's what I do, is coastal stuff. So and then we got this little guy right here underneath. And I was saying earlier, I normally go up in this hole and back down in this hole, but I know a lot of cross stitch patterns tell you to go up in this hole. So I've been doing that hole just because I'm trying to teach people. Um, but yeah, I normally do the other leg first. So I sometimes revert to wanting to do that still. So we got those three. And then we're going to go down and do these two over here. We're almost got ourselves a full bee without the wings, of course. Thank you guys for coming in and watching. Appreciate it. If there's any questions you have, just let me know. Appreciate everyone being here. There's enough of you here. I might as well do a question. I might as well give you a trivia question, since enough of you are watching. That will help you participate with me. How about this question? Let me flip it over. If you had a big open field to do whatever you wanted with it, what would you do with it? A big open field. Yes, Rocky Mountain Revivals Vintage. You can watch it on here. I save them, or you can go to my YouTube. I'm Seam So Vintage on YouTube, and I've started. As I'm doing this right now, it's recording to YouTube, and you can just go back and watch it from the beginning there, and you can put me up on, 1.5 speed, two times speed, whatever. You're welcome, hon. And I haven't done my pat tutorials on there yet, but like all my tutorials going forward will be on YouTube. So there we go. There's that. And I'm going to do a tutorial on how to make those, and that'll be a simple, fast one, on how to make those brooch frames that will hold all your brooches. I'm going to do a tutorial on that, and any other thing that I kind of come up with that I want to teach you guys how to do. I don't know. You guys can come up with things and send me some messages. And I'm not going to be baking or cooking or anything, but I can teach you anything crafty. So I'm not going to take you in my kitchen. My kitchen is just not a fun place to be with a camera. So there we go. But that would be fun to do cinnamon rolls at Christmas time, huh? Because I do from scratch cinnamon rolls. Now there's an idea. I might set that up. From scratch cinnamon rolls. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about that idea now. If you had an open field, what would you do with it? That's right. If you had an open field, what would you do with it, guys? Open field to do anything, like build a barn, put in I don't know, a cow pasture, raise chickens. What would you do with the open field? Oh, girl. That sounds so good. Okay, so now we're going to do these little black dots. That's all we have left on the body, is those little black dots right there. So we're going to do those. And those little black dots are 3031, because I'm substituting, because I don't have 09. So we're substituting for 3031, which was the closest color to the 9. 3031. Come here, 3031. There you go. It is this color. It's like a dark brown. I mean, there's a lot of people on Whatnot doing tutorials for, or making scrap junk journals. So, I mean, I would do some junk journaling and some cards and stuff like that if I had enough people that wanted it. But I just know that there's a lot of people that are doing that on here right now. So I don't really want, I don't know, I don't want to compete necessarily, or I just want to be different. That's probably more what I want to say is, 'cause I don't necessarily care about competition, but I just don't, they're in it to sell stuff, I think. Um which I don't blame them, but I'm not really in it to do that. Oh, thank you. I got this from Kim's Clay by Kim. You know Clay by Kim on Etsy? When she does a drop of her needle minders, like you better be there within the first minute or you're not going to be able to buy them. She has dragons. She does a lot of dragons. Yes, yes. Oh, yes, she does dragons. I was never able to score a dragon, but I scored that one. I scored another one. Never can get one. Nope, can never get her dragons. They're horrible. I wanted a dragon so bad, so I did get this one, and I scored another small flower, and then I got a fairy door. Did you ever see her fairy doors? And I'm saying this was like, it was hard. I can't imagine trying to get one now. This was probably like 7 years ago, and it was that hard. I can't. Yeah, I just can't imagine trying to get something of hers now. And I heard. I'll show you her fairy door in a second. I heard that people were taking her stuff and then trying selling it, like, which doesn't surprise me. They're selling it for way more, and I'm a reseller, and but something about that just doesn't seem right. Here she's working as hard as she can. She's trying to put a reasonable price on these so that everybody can get them, and then they go and they jack the prices up on them. Yeah, I'll show you my fairy door here. Let me get this. Let me get this hooked up, and then I'll show you my fairy door. Um, I really don't want the fairy door anymore, but I paid a good bit for it, so now I'm just keeping the stupid fairy door. So this is the fairy door that I got from her, and that was in 2018. Come on, come on. So isn't that cool? Yeah, that's amazing. She is an amazing artist. Um, but I think this fairy door was like $35, guys. That is no cheap fairy door. I'm telling you. So I tease my little nephew. I'm always telling him, like, I have this. See, I put this little stuff on it, this tacky stuff, and I have it on my hutch. And I tell him that fairies really live in there and that he needs to leave it alone and he better not knock it over. And then one day he took it off. He's like, I go, it doesn't matter. I go, it's going to look like a piece of clay because you just took it off of the cabinet. It's got to be on there and they use it at night. So yeah, I had him going, but I'm all about the make believe. But man, if people can do Fimo clay like that, they could make some money here on Whatnot because it's pretty amazing, um, that what people can do with the Fimo clay. But I mean, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get $36 back out of that door. So it's the door that just keeps telling me, I'm not a dragon. I'm not a dragon. Bet you wish you had a dragon. Yes, I do. I wish I had a dragon. But I wanted something of her so bad that I just bought the stupid door. But yeah, she's pretty amazing. Um, yeah, now she doesn't even have a certain day she drops. I don't think. I think she drops just really randomly, and I don't know how people figure out. Like it comes up on my feed that she just made a post or whatever, but by that time they're way gone. So I don't know how people know when she's dropping product. Okay, what do we got going on here, Johnny, before you screw this up? 3 and 3. Okay, I'm going to do 3 across this way. Ooh. Okay, I got another question. I've got another question for you. I'm most likely, I am most like someone who would you would see in what kind of television? So like a television comedy show, a comic hero, an award show, a newscaster. So what kind of television person would you be? So if we saw you on television, what mostly, and I'm not gonna, don't telling me that you're the type of person that's gonna be getting the cuffs put on you and the newscasters following you around. I would definitely be in a real life. I always stitch in hand. Yes, ma'am, I do. I always stitch in hand. I can't stand the hoops now. Even if it's a big piece, I stitch in hand. I forgot. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I forgot that most people don't do that anymore. Um, it's the hoop. It's just gripping onto that, or even what do they call those other things? I can't remember. I tried those two. What do you call the ones with the clamp? The white clamp? Oh, I can't remember. I tried using those, and my hands just fatigued so badly that I didn't like it. You know what? We're gonna cheat on this one, and we're gonna go back over that because I don't like the way that looks. We just cheated on that, guys. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever do that? You don't like the way something looks, and you just cheat it. Look, it looks so much better though. Q snap. Thank you. You helped me. Thank you. Q snap. Yeah, I don't. I tried the Q snaps. I bought it, several of them, and I decided I didn't like those either. Um, it's just too much on my hands. Yep, you've done that. Yep, you're like, I'm cheating this one. It just doesn't look right. You just put another stitch over top of it because I'm like, I'm not ripping it out. That was too much work. And if I can make it look right with another stitch on top, I just put another stitch on top. Okay, we're going to be doing some wings here soon. We're going to be doing some wings. Got this little part of the body. This is kind of cute colors actually. I wasn't sure about this, but I'm kind of liking it now. It's not like your typical bee colors, but it's a nice little bee here. Oh, you know what we did? We, like, you guys are helping me. You know what we did, guys? I started going to my typical stitch here, so I might have messed some of those up. I think I did. I think I did. Oh well, the top leg's gonna be off, guys, because I went back to my typical way of doing it, but I just caught myself. Oh well, 4-H isn't gonna be judging me. Okay, so now we got 3. Now if the 4-H judges would be on me, hi Gina, how are you? The 4-H judges would have been, they had been counting me down for that one. We got 3 here. We almost got a B done. Oops, oops, oops. Go back down to that, Johnny. You do not want to do. Oh, we'll just cheat. We'll go over this one. And I'll go back and do that one. I'll tell you what, my daughter was in 4-H and she did some cross stitch, and I was so proud of her, some embroidery and some cross stitch, and I was so proud of her for getting that done for 4-H. And they just ripped her apart. I'm like, really? Really? Use this as a teaching moment. Don't use it as a I'm going to rip you apart moment. You know, I'm not saying she deserved a medal, but tell her what she could do to improve it next time. Get out of my way. There we go. And then we got this one. And then this one. And then we got the two up there. And then we're going to be done with this right here. And then we just have the wings. Now, I think this has some, I think that's what those are. I think it tells you to do some around it some French knots, but we're not going to do the French knots. We're not doing the French knots. Okay, there you go, guys. Now, when we backstitch this is going to look so much better. Oh, that's an idea. That is an idea. That's what I do. Happy, happy, joy, joy. I do that for my patch kits. I have patch kits available. For my patches that I make and then do tutorials on. Because I also make patches. But yeah, I could think about that, like a stitch along with cross stitch. I'll think about it. Absolutely. No, this is the patches. Is that what you're asking? I mean, yeah, they can be embroidery. Yeah. I'll show you a couple of them in a second here. The patches are inspired by Tisha Moore art. Tisha Moore art is a very if you look up Tisha Moore, and I can show you something in a second. But she is very eclectic artist. She does a lot of doodle, Zentangle, stuff like that on her artwork. And she's known for that. And then somebody wanted to, as inspired by her, do some patches. So here we're going to do that. We're going to do the wings now. And let's find the color for the wings. Those are letter U, which is blanc. Blanc. But we're going to use not blanc. We are going to use white. Because I think white will look stellar on here. So let me show you real fast what the Tisha Moore patches are. Because you can come to those and they're different vibes. So these are just examples, and these are not ones I made. They're ones that people made for me, and I've made them, and we swapped them, okay? So these are just examples, and I've done very simple ones in my tutorials. Oh, well, thank you for stopping in, Gina. So these are the patch tutorial, or the patches that are examples, but these aren't the tutorial ones that I'm making. Yeah. And you can do them all different kinds of ways. And then what you're supposed to do with these is whatever you want to do with them, actually. But, you know, you can sew them together for bags. That's the main thing people do. Or they sew the ones together like this as a quilt. And you can do themed ones. So these are puffy. Some of them are puffy. Some of them are not. Like that one's embroidered. But they're not all embroidered. It depends on whatever the person wants to do. This one just is outlined. But they're very, very fun. And I've done a cat one. I've done the cat. I've done this cat on one of my tutorials, and I've done this one. I thought I did the owl, but I'm thinking now I didn't do the owl in this one. Yeah, I've just done the cat in this one. And so maybe I'll do the owl. Maybe I'll do this owl next time. I didn't do that, did I? Flippin', if you're still in here. I don't think I did this owl. So I've only done 2. So maybe I'll do this owl next time on as my tutorial. So that's what I think I'm going to do, because I was trying to determine which one I wanted to do next. Okay, so now we're going to do these wings, and then we'll be done with this little dude. Thank you guys for coming in, checking me out. Okay. Now, if I wanted, I could, you know, these are two threads, but if I wanted to make these like more transparent looking, I could use a different kind of floss, that transparent looking floss. What's that called? Like a, the word, like acrylic or Krynic. I could use that on these, or I could just do this with one thread over the one box to make it look cuter instead of the 2. But we're gonna do 2. Who would love the owls? Who? I love it. I love it. Okay, so I got a question for you. If it were possible to make a duplicate of you, would you do it? If it were possible to make a duplicate of you, would you do it? No? No, I wouldn't either. Why would I make a duplicate of me? My kids were close enough. And they're annoying enough, right? I gotta hydrate. Okay, wing time, guys. We're doing the wings. Let's mark this off, because we gotta feel like we got accomplished. We got all this accomplished. Guys. So I've been doing this since 4:46, so 2 hours, and I've just got this little guy done. So see, cross stitch does take time. That's why I was picking a little tiny design, because I knew it was gonna take some time. Okay, so don't get disappointed if it takes you longer than what you think. Yes, it takes time. People think they're going to pick it up and they're going to just make all these things. Now, this guy, we're going to try to do the one leg at a time, or the one leg and then go back. That's what we're going to do on this one. Carabera, thank you for coming in. I think I'm going to do a giveaway, guys. Aw, thank you. I've given you appreciation for a couple crafts now, haven't I, hon? Okay. So we're going to do a giveaway while I'm doing this. That always brings in the people. They don't even know what I'm giving away. They don't care. They just are like, here. So we're going to give away this little brooch. Okay. We're going to run that as a giveaway. There you go. That'll run for 5 minutes. But that'll give you guys something to enter and do and be a part of everything. Thank you for being here. Lacey DC jumping that giveaway. It's for that little brooch right here, hun. Okay. It's not super old, but it's old enough. You could sell it. So here we go. We're going to do the one leg method here. And then, you know you're not messing it up, Johnny, when you're just doing the one leg. And then we're going to go back on this row and cross them over. But actually, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go down first, and then I'm going to go back up. Now, like I said, if you're using the over dyed floss, you really shouldn't do it this way. I've seen people do it this way and still get the results they want, but you really shouldn't do it this way. It all depends on the look you're going for. Yep, Yep, you can do this maneuver, and I'm doing it because this is a bigger block of colors. I wasn't doing it with the other colors because it wasn't a big block. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm double checking my count. Yes, yes, they do. They absolutely do. So, like when Bolo sees that this is broken, it's still usable. You just put a magnet on those neodymium whatever, those neo whatever magnets. These I have some. I've bought some just to make needle minders for myself. These magnets right here. These are the ones that kind of magnets people prefer. Those the earth, rare earth magnets because they really really hold on. But that's something you could make too, Lacey DC, and sell. Um, so I'm gonna show you like people make. I bought these from a girl that was on YouTube for a while, and all she did was paint these, and then decoupaged with the old piece of old photo, and then just put these on. And they're not anything fancy, but they do the job. And see, they still hold it. And I just bought some from her to try to support her. They have that, but it's these. You get a stack of them like this. Oops, there you go. That's the magnets I prefer, at least. I don't like those black ones. They don't seem to hold your needle on as well. Yeah, new project. Like you need a new project, right? But I just thought you like to do tutorials also, and that would be something. You have lots of jewelry, and that might be something for you. And you could put your spin on it and think of what other things. I know people use Scrabble tiles and decoupage them. I mean, there's just all kinds of ways you can do it. But yeah, needle minders are a thing in this community for sure. Yeah, aren't we all? We're like, oh, I'll do that. I don't have enough going on. I'll start doing that. Flippin' Friends is always teasing me about stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I might want to start doing this and this. And she's like, yeah, like you need a new project. I'm like, I do. Enamel pens, yes. Enamel ones. Yep. Holiday themed, yep. And I like to match them like when I have them in the bags with my projects, I like to match them with my project. Like if I had a B one and I was doing this and it was going to take me a long time, I would want a B one because, we got to be obsessive like about all of our stuff like that, right? Yeah, it would be fun. We got 43 seconds if you want to get in that giveaway for that brooch. Get in there. So there we go. We got this going on. So we got this done now. All the way across and down. Who's going to win? We got 22 seconds. So we're going to go out all the way to the end of that. So it's going to be even. So let's see. Hi, Elizabeth Stitch. It's not as Elizabeth Stitch, but that's how I always read it. Sorry, hon. Elizabeth CSCH. Lacey DC, yay! You can put that right in with your bags. Thank you, hon. Hey, how are you? Elizabeth sells fabric on here. What else do you sell on here, Elizabeth? You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Put that out of the way. Handmade stuff, yeah. Some handmade. What kind of handmade stuff do you make? Embroidery items. Okay. We was just talking about Lacey DC maybe making some doing maybe even a tutorial. Maybe I'm roping her into this tutorial on making some brooches. Not brooches, taking brooches and making needle minders or whatever her spin is. Mug rugs. Oh, yeah, I like mug rugs. Have you been into my patch tutorial? That's similar to the mug rugs. I don't know if you've been in there. I know I've been into some of your fabric shows. I haven't been into fabric shows in a while though because no, I haven't. Okay. I haven't been in fabric shows in a while because I've been buying too much fabric, so I needed to stay away. And you're always going to see a good deal, especially at So Happy Crafting. You're going to see the good deals at her show, and I'm going to want to buy it. So my easiest method is to stay out. I can go to a lot of shows and not buy, but it's very, very difficult for me to go to a fabric show and not buy. Very difficult. Let's see, we're going 3 out past. Okay, that might be why I haven't seen you. Going 3 out past here. Dangerous territory. It is. It's very dangerous. And that's another reason why, guys, that's another reason why I do this is because I know everybody likes the community on here. But sometimes you just don't have money, right? And sometimes it's nice just to hang out. Was she pickers? I didn't even see her jump in. I do now. Thank you for calling out Bubble Butt, Bubble Boobs. Ooh, yay. You're one of my people. Um, but sometimes it's just nice to hang out with each other because we know each other from the crafting community. And it's just nice to hang out and chit chat. And that's another reason why I do the tutorials. Besides to grow the craft, just to hang out, right? Because we all love our whatnot people. We all love each other. You can call you BB. She BB. Oh, you're so funny. You are so funny. Well, I was trying to show you some cute things for your bubble butt at my clothing show, but you decided you had to work. I was like showing you some cute stuff, but you were working. So if you guys are just coming in, go ahead and I always tell everybody it's better to ring my bell, ring my bell in my profile than to bookmark my shows. You can bookmark my shows, but I don't always have all the shows that maybe you're interested in. But if you ring my little bell up there, you'll get notified of all my shows, and you can pick and choose what you want to come into. Aw, thank you. It's very hard doing it under the camera, I'm telling you. Very difficult. You should feel awful. Oh my goodness, I'm hoping I'm guilt tripping you to death. No, I don't want you to feel awful. I'm just giving you a little bit of a hard time. I love to give people hard times, but I don't want to make you feel guilty. I absolutely don't want to do that. Okay, so I just like razzing people. And sometimes I can razz Bolo and get away with it, and sometimes I can't because sometimes she just doesn't get it. And I'm like, I'm just teasing you, for heaven's sakes, calm down. Okay, so we're going 3 out past this one. We're doing the wings now, guys. We're on the wings. We're getting done on this little booger. I knew this was going to take a little longer than my other tutorials, but now I'm at the point where I don't feel like I want to give up. I can't give up on him. We got to get this done. We got to get it done, right? It'd be terrible to give him one wing. He's not going to live with one wing. We got to get 2 wings done. So I'm trying to go a little speedy here. Oh, okay, good. Good. I'm glad you were kidding. Oh, you're so funny. You don't feel bad. Good. I'm glad you don't feel bad. Counted cross stitch, yes. We're not doing too much counting on this one. It's a very simple thing. We've counted a little bit. We're throwing out the numbers every once in a while, but this isn't a super county one. It just gets people going. And we're just doing the one leg here, and then we're going to go back over these legs. So I have a video on YouTube because this is streaming to YouTube right now that tells all the beginnings, the different kinds of fabric you can do, the different kinds of, it's not extensive, I mean, because there's a lot more information out there, but I would have just been still yammering on about the fabrics and all that stuff. But I was trying to give a little bit of an overview of the craft so that people could they you don't want to just have them picking up fabric or have them picking up floss and then not knowing what to do with it. So sheep picker, do you stitch in hand as well, or do you use a hoop or use a Q snap? Hi T Thomas, thank you for coming in. Oh, my dogs are going crazy. Two chihuahuas, that's what they do. Okay, you want to use a hoop. Okay, yep, cool. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the way their stitches look when they don't use a hoop, but I haven't noticed that it makes that big a difference. I will tell you, don't stitch through a phone because your stitches will look horrible. Like, look at that right there. But we're just doing it for funsies. But yeah, definitely stitching through camera is not as nice, not as beautiful. But it's okay. I'm telling that to myself. It's okay. This makes me not be a perfectionist. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way down and across even. We're not counting. We're just going by the picture. All the way down and across even. Oh no, we don't. We want to go. We want to put a space in between him. Yeah, there we go. Now, gotta put a space in there. Trivia and drink. Trivia and drink. Okay, how about this question? How about this question, guys? I am most like someone you would. Oh, I already said. I already said that. I already said that one. A favorite way to make you laugh. A favorite way to make you laugh. Your favorite way to make you laugh. Woohoo! Trivia. Yeah, your favorite way to make you laugh. Well, don't tickle me. That does not make me laugh. I'll tell you that much. That does not make me laugh. Um, favorite way to make me laugh. When somebody falls, I can't. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you're a 9. You've got to be. You are just like flippin' friends. Oh, you are so funny. The favorite way to make me laugh is just be like seriously funny. Like dry humor is my favorite. Like don't try to make me laugh. Just be like dead serious with your humor, and I love that. That's why my humor sometimes people don't get it because I will like have a straight face and say stuff, and then I'm like, wasn't that funny? And they're like, no, that wasn't. That was mean. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. That was funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Peabody. Mrs. Peabody. Mrs. Peabody. We're almost done with this wing. We're almost done. I should be doing this faster. Dry humor is your favorite when it takes me a second to get it. I know. It does. It's like, well, it seems super dry on Whatnot too because like you're reading it and you're like, I'm not hearing the sarcasm in your voice. Because I usually like to be a little bit like sarcastic in my voice. But when you can't hear the tone that it's delivered in, it's super dry. Oh my gosh. You poor soul. You poor soul. I don't know if I could handle that kind of dry humor. That is hilarious, actually. I didn't know he was English. Okay. We have two. We're going to go in one and two. So we're going to go in one and do two. Yes. 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 I don't think my husband could fake an accent. He can't even fake not even let alone a southern. He can't fake the Kentucky accent. It's kind of humorous listening to him try to do a southern accent of any kind of southern because it is bad. It is really really bad. I mean, that makes me laugh him just trying to do an accent. And I'm like, what was that even? Nobody, literally no one talks like that. Except for you when you're trying to do a southern accent. Well, you know, my kids live in a long bus. Oh, he doesn't even try it and it comes out. Well, me and my daughter and we fake that southern accent every once in a while, and it really embarrasses everybody that we're around because they're just like, I can't believe you're talking like that. That's not how you talk. I'm like, but these people don't know we talk like that. How do they know what our voice sounds like when we're talking like this? They just don't know, right? There you go. So there's that wing. Look at that. Look at that, guys. He's flying sideways right now, though. He's flying sideways. Okay. She's okay, so we got that one done. Okay, we got another question. We got the laughter one. Oh yeah, when I talk to my friend from Houston, it gets really bad. My favorite way to eat an apple is, so do you like, this isn't really eating. Do you rather drink it as juice, applesauce, right off the core, or cut it in slices with peanut butter? Yeah. What kind of way do you like to eat it? We gotta put some more thread on this needle. And I gotta take a drink. Cut it. I love to cut mine up. I don't like to eat it off the core anymore. I feel like I'm wasting too much when I cut it right off the core. I'm like, look at all that apple I'm wasting. I mean, when I eat it off the core, I feel like I'm not eating it all for some reason. You peel your apples. You gotta eat the peel. You gotta eat the peel. Hot ham and brie sandwich with thin sliced. I was just telling my husband today I wanted some cheese, and now you're throwing cheese in my face. I know, that does sound delicious, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. I can't eat cheese. I'm allergic. I'm allergic to cheese. Oh, really? My husband doesn't like apples at all, raw apples. He won't eat raw apples. I don't remember if he eats applesauce. I don't think he does. But he doesn't like raw apples. He'll eat baked apples, but he doesn't like them raw. Okay, guys, we're on the home stretch now. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it my way. Yes, my way. Let's see, right here. Gonna make this dream come true for you and me. For me and you. Whatever. You know. It's Laverne and Shirley, guys. Better tell you who that was supposed to be because I'm sure it wasn't even close. Okay. Oh, they are good for digest. Oh, chicken salad. Oh, I do love them. Those and grapes and chicken salad. You're right. Pecans. Mm. Could pass on the pecans, but I do like a good apple in my chicken salad. So two passed. I'm gonna go two passed on this. So here we go. I'm gonna go two passed on this. Carbon. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I have to screenshot that because I don't have no clue what you're even talking about, girl. And how you're speaking French. No clue what that is. So I have another question. I have another question, guys. I have another question. One of your favorite things to do in winter is. One of your favorite things to do in winter is. One of your favorite things to do in winter. I gotta close my door. These kids are getting a little ridiculous. Hi, Kelly McGuire. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Sledding. Knit socks. Oh, yeah. I do love to knit some socks. I love knitting socks. I keep saying I'm going to do a knitting tutorial too, but I don't think I'm very good at knitting. I am doing really good, Kelly. I'm doing very, very good. God has been giving me some really good health, so I can't complain. It's been really good lately. Yes, it is awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. And winter visit friends. Trying to think really honestly my favorite because guys, I live in Florida, so mm, I don't really know winter. Winter. What do we do in winter? We don't do anything differently in winter that we don't do. I do actually like to go to the beach in winter because there's not a lot of people here. We got a lot of Canadians here in the winter, but it's not like I'm gonna go into the water, but it's just nice. It's very pretty still. Let's see. We're gonna go two past. Um, and it's just a nice. It's nice to be there. Which side of Florida? I'm on the Atlantic side. So I'm in Daytona Beach. You dodge the snowbirds. That's right. You're always dodging those snowbirds. No, actually, it's kind of crazy because around here, at least part of our church, um, you go to Pensacola a lot. Oh, okay. Um, Juniper. Um, but a lot of people here in our church, like it's weird. We have snowbirds here, but then there's also people that just live here in the summer, believe it or not. That like we have a couple right now that live here from March until December, and then they go up to South Carolina. And we have a couple people that do that. You wouldn't think that's the case, but so our church fluctuates with the people that come in and out. People don't like, no, we like snowbirds. It just is a influx of people that you don't know what to do with a lot of times. I love the snowbirds though. But so our church is just it's just a weird dynamic because you could go there one time and there would be a certain amount of people that you would see faces, and then you go there, say 6 months later, and it'd be like a whole new church. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, we get a big influx. Oh, it's a free pattern. I don't normally do that. I was saying that earlier, Flora, that I don't normally do it. This is a free pattern from DMC. I normally use a highlighter, actually, is what I said. But yes, normally I wouldn't use a Sharpie. You're absolutely right. This is a free pattern from DNC. I didn't want to use a pattern that wasn't free to show how to do it because I didn't want anybody. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't. This is on YouTube as well, so I didn't want anybody stealing the pattern. So that's why I'm doing it. Yep. Yeah, I would not recommend doing that. If anything, I would use a pencil, but no, normally I either use a highlighter or I do a working copy. But thank you for pointing that out for people that don't, just coming in and they don't cross stitch. Um, but I do a working copy too, so this could have been my working copy. But, so let's see where I'm at here. We got these two little legs. Okay, you need to go all the way. Let's see. We need to go all the way to the end here. Oh, yeah, I bet. Which is weird. It depends on where they live at in Florida because honestly, I gotta go out of that one. That I do not like that. Honestly, where I live in Daytona Beach, we do get the weather here, but we live close enough to the space coast that NASA did enough studying to know where the best place is to put their place, and they did a really good job of it because we don't get a lot of hurricanes that hit us directly right on. My mom lives in Myrtle Beach, and she has had more hurricanes hit her directly than even like this last one. It went right into Myrtle Beach. It went across our state and went right into Myrtle Beach. We just don't get we get the weather, but we don't get them hit right on us. Hit right on. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it depends on where they were in the state of Florida as to how much weather they get. Yeah, like in Miami and stuff like that. Yeah, they probably get more. Ooh, I'm going back to my old ways. They get probably worse weather. Oh, Tampa, obviously, they keep getting hit, but so yeah, we get hit, but not as directly and not as intensely. Um, but we love it here. We've lived here 12 years. And we've only left for one hurricane. And the only reason why we left is it wasn't our house. And we were just renting. And so it wasn't going to really bother us so much if a rental, something happened to it. So now we stay and we can fix things as they go awry. Like when it starts flooding inside, he goes outside in the hurricane and he starts fixing the problem so that he stops taking in water. He's done that twice. Oh, you live near Denton. You get all those people coming to see what's those famous people? Oh, Magnolia, right? 30 minutes north of DFW. Okay, so when I fly into DFW, I got a ride picking me up. Chippejoyna, or near Austin. I thought they were near Denton. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know Waco. Yeah. Okay. I don't know my Texas geography very well. I mean, I only lived there when I was young, so I don't remember. We're getting this wing done. Then we just have some back stitching to do. And I am a cheater when it comes to back stitching, guys. I am a cheater. I do not do it the proper way. You gotta be joking me. You two are only an hour away. Flippin' Friends and Sheep Picker, you two are only an hour apart. Oh my lord. Okay, so the next two rows, we just go straight up and over. You already talked about that. We did? You did? When did you guys talk about that? Like when not in this show. You mean like maybe at a different time. Tell me at a different time because if you talked about that tonight when I'm sitting here, I'm like I am my brain. Oh, Montego, good because I'm like my brain is like mush. No, it's just she picker's brain is mush, not mine. Okay, that's good to know. She is quite a bit older than me. Just joking. You're not that much older than me, but you're prettier than me. So that there you go. You got that on me, girl. Can't have everything, age and beauty. Oh, look at here, guys. We are. I'm feeling so accomplished right now, and I'm not even done. It's feeling so accomplished. Only in years. I think you're only 4 years older than me. Actually, that's why I was teasing you because you said you're 56. I'm 52, so we're actually pretty close. Yes, yes, yes. My husband is 56, so you're the same age. I just wish, I could get that senior discount. I got 3 more years to get the senior discount, and then I'm all about the senior discount. I'll be asking for it everywhere we go. What do you give seniors? My luck, they'll change it to like 60. They'll be like, oh, we only do that for people that are 60 now. I'll be like, of course, of course. Oh, see, I feel opposite. I don't know. Well, lately I can't say, but um when I wake up lately, I feel like I am 95. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like really. But I really can't complain because my health, when it comes to like my fibromyalgia, has improved so much that I feel so much better than what I used to. Um, the fibro, it'd be like so hard to get out of bed, but I cut the and sugar and pretty much the sugar. Let the elders speak. Let the old one speak. Uh, that's funny. No, she's my therapist. No, she's a very good friend. She's not just my therapist. She's not only my therapist. Okay, let's see. Bolo's my sister, and Flippin' Friends is my therapist. Me and Bolo have this, we act so much alike sometimes that we just love to get under each other's skin and argue, I think, half the time. I'm an easy client. I know, a girl's sleepover or something. Bolo would never do it. She's such a party pooper. Okay, so one, two, three, four, five. Five. We're doing on the top here. It's the same weight as this one, but we're going to do five. So we definitely need to just do the stitches over. I wanted to do a cruise, and everybody's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, let's do a cruise." And then everybody find out later, we're not doing a cruise. We're not gonna cruise. I'm like, you guys are the worst. So we'll just have to meet up at some point. But my first traveling anywhere, I think Mary and I are gonna meet up in March. We're gonna try. We're not neither one committed type people. We're gonna meet up in March. Yeah, and I know no cruise beach. So we're doing that, and because I was getting too bought into it. You knew I was getting too bought into the cruise thing. So you're like, I gotta stop her. I gotta pull her back on that cruise idea because she's getting too excited about it. one short. Yes, one short. So I was just thinking Whatnot should do the cruise. Whatnot should, eBay does eBay Open. Whatnot should do cruise and do it for all of their sellers. Open it up and we could do a cruise, right? Don't you guys think? I mean, I guess buyers could go too, but if they did a Whatnot sellers cruise, I've been pushing that idea, guys. I think that it would be fun. And whoever didn't want to go. But as far as us meeting up, I would love to do a meetup. Um, all of us girls. Okay, so we got that done. Oh, we're getting so close. I can hardly stand myself. So we got 4 above that, but it's going to go off by 1. So we're going to count over 1 here, and then we're going to do 4. No, I've never been on a cruise. I have never ever been on a cruise. That's the reason why I thought it would be fun. I know. This is what the people that have cruised say. They're like, no. We've been on a cruise once and we never want to go again. I told my spouse that I'm never going on a cruise ever again. And I'm like, well, you didn't tell me, and I'm the one that wants to go. So we got 4 there. Is that what it says? 4? 4. Yeah, 4. It just doesn't look right, but I'm sure it'll look right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking you on a ride here. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. My little thing is bouncing around for some reason. Oh, geez. You're a wild thing. Wild thing. Okay, I got another question. I got another question. I gotta find it though. We got that one. We did that one. We don't want to ask the same one. Oh, if I could turn one holiday into a week-long celebration, which one would it be? Everybody's gonna say Christmas, but that wouldn't be mine because I already feel like we celebrate for like 2 weeks before Christmas. Halloween, yes. I would probably do my next favorite is really probably Easter or 4th of July. Yeah, I like Easter too. I like Easter. So I think I would do that one because I really like Easter. And I don't think it gets enough credit. I don't think we give Easter enough credit. Too hot in July. Yes, celebrate its true meaning, not the bunnies or any of that. It's just a celebration. It'd be nice to do if the churches did like daily, like you go in daily and you like the old revival, but not a revival necessarily, just like an old like go back into like the what it all meant and what happened on those days leading up. I think that'd be cool. Hi, Broken. She come back in. She's like, how much of that bee have you finished, woman? Tell me you're done with that bee. I'm not done with the bee yet, Broken. I'm not done. My challenge, I have not met the challenge. I have broken the challenge. Broken. But look, we're getting there, girl. We're getting there. Thanks for checking in on me again, Broken. Broken does a bunch of different things. You started off doing fabric and now you do all sorts of things now. You make jewelry, you do all kinds of fun stuff. She does tutorials. I like watching your tutorials. I haven't been in a while because I've been so sick. I get sick. There we go. And looky here. This is the last of the cross stitching part, guys. This is going to be the last of this part. Yeah, Sheep Picker, it's a lot better now. At the beginning of the year, it was to the point where I couldn't be up for longer than 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours without having to sit down. and or just whatever, go lay down, whatever. It's very bad. Um, but we've got some things figured out. I've had some people sent into my life that have helped me figure some stuff out. I've had some doctors that have helped, and we're figuring it out. Look at that. So, thank you though. I love all the prayers. I always take prayers. I'm not one of those people that gets all embarrassed about prayers. I want prayers. Yeah, that's why I stopped doing so many whatnots because I was sick. Okay, so we got this. Now we need to do back stitching. And like I said, I'm a cheater, pumpkin eater when it comes to back stitching. Let's, I think you're supposed to do like one little stitch for every little, I think you're supposed to like do one little stitch for every little thing. But here's our back stitching guide, guys. So we're going to do that back stitching. And you guys are going to say wowza because it is super cool. Yes, absolutely. Don't be like that, right? Now it's telling me to do different colors for the different back stitching, but I'm not necessarily sure I'm going to do different colors. So, what's it telling me? If I look at this chart, no, maybe it's just telling me to do back stitch. Use one strand. Use one strand back stitching in these colors. We're just gonna do we're gonna do whatever color we want. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this dark brown. This dark brown is what we're gonna do. Because they're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of myself. Ooh, sorry. Didn't mean to make you sick to your stomach if you were getting a little nauseous there. Okay, so now we're gonna thread this little needle. And I could quit on you guys now, but I know you guys are all like so anxious to see this be finished. Everybody's on pins and needles. All 5 of you. Don't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me, right? I have to keep saying that to Bolo. You're not the boss of me. But I say it all the time in my shows too. Okay, where do I want to start? That's the question. I think I'm going to start down here. And they did a dirty trick. They did a little half stitch, and I hate doing half stitches on Aida. I hate it. And a half stitch, a half back stitch is going to be right in there. You're going to come up in that, and you're going to go down. So we're going to do that. And then they're going all across and cross. Okay, so they're going across on these. Hi, Heather Nicole. She's like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Okay, and then we're going to do this. Might not have to be so much of a cheater pumpkin eater on this. I might be able to do it the way they want me to do it. But sometimes they give you like you have to cross a big path, and I'm like, I am not doing onesie twosie on this. I'm doing 2 stitches at a time. But this is back stitching, guys. It's pretty easy, and we're gonna go straight up. Do I go all the way up on? Just do 1 2 1 2. There you go, 1 2. So I got that little leg done. Hey, you want to turn the oven on 450 for me? Yeah. Make sure there's no pans in the oven, please. Oh, she might want to go outside. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, so now we need to go down this wing. Down to this wing over here. And it's telling us to come up in this little... Oh, wait, you're way out of the way, Johnny. What the world are you doing? take the pans out. Well, I have this thing. A lot of people don't do this, but I do this. It drives some people crazy. Wait, wait, wait. I went up in the wrong one. But I have some sheet pans that I got from Gordon Foods. And so I found that they're best if you take them right. And I used to have some Circulon ones that weren't in the industrial kind, but um, they would start rusting. So I found out if you take your pans right after you wash them and just throw them in the oven, like after you've used the oven, you've just used the oven, throw your clean pans back into the oven after you've washed them, then they dry and then they don't rust. So we're going to go across two. And then you just got to remember to take them out before you cook the next stuff. Okay, so we got that. We done that one. Now we're going to go up 3. So this is me cheating. I'm going to go up there and that one. And then all the U's. Okay. So we're going to skip up to that one. Okay. And then we're going to go down over those 2. Ooh, this is where it's going to get tricky. 1, 2, 3. Across 3. So the top of this one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I gotta get it off screen. I can't see where I'm coming in at. There we go. Across 3. Down and across. 1, 2, 3, right there. I'm gonna make sure because the way they have this, it's one of those ones you gotta kind of guess on. So we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna say to the top of that one. And then they say do it from here to here. And then they say to do it across that one. Oh, you are funny. You are funny. It seems like it takes forever for ours to heat up and forever for ours to cool down. I mean, it'll be warm like a good hour later. Okay. So now we're going to skip that one and go into this one. So just one. Yes. Okay, I got another question for you. We did that one. We did that one. The nursery rhyme character you would least likely want to be. The nursery rhyme character you would least likely want to be. Cute. Humpty Dumpty. Oh my goodness, that's a good one. That is a really good one. I didn't even think of Humpty Dumpty. I was thinking I don't want to be that old lady in the shoe with all those kids. She didn't know what to do. Okay, so now we're gonna go down. That's a cross. Is that a cross, Johnny? Yeah, that is a cross. And then we gotta go across this one. Agree, Humpty Dumpty, yeah. You could have, oh, I bet you Bolo could have told her what to do. 1, 2, 3, we're gonna go up 3. Bolo 100% could have told her what to do. 1, 2, 3. And then 1. Look at that. Okay, and then we're going to go over 1. I make this up as we go along now. That's what we're going to do. 1, 2. So we're going to have this one outlined here. Look at that wing. Isn't that cute? Okay, can we do anything else? I think we can do a couple more things with this thread. So that's 1.5 right there. Where are you at? So the white, on top of the white, right there. Wow, magic, isn't it? I love the look across stitch. I just don't like to do it. I mean, back stitch. So 1.5, 1.5. I know, look, I'm getting this bee done. Getting this bee done. 1, 2. We want to go over these 2. Yeah, okay. I want to make sure I was doing the right thing. So there you go. There's that. What does my floss look like? Oh, I can still go. I can still go. Okay, so we're going to do the little antennae at the corner of his face. Over 1 and over 1. Okay. I'm going to go over this one. And then we're going to go over this one. I'm dog sitting my brothers-in-law's and son-in-law's dog. The most untrained, ill-behaved dog ever. Oh, girl. I am dog sitting, with the hopes of getting the dog. A dog from an 85-year-old lady that fell and broke her hip, that left her dog on the back porch all the time. So it didn't know how to pee or poop. Ooh, 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 girl. What? Hold yourself up. Hold yourself up. Oh my gosh. The dog didn't know where to go to the bathroom. Oh, son-in-law, sister-in-law. See, the SIL. I didn't know what the SIL was. Yeah, poor thing. And then she called me the other day, and I don't know if she's giving me the dog or not. But she's like, well, I sure do miss Mona, but I'd hate to put her out on that porch after she's been in the air conditioning. And I'm like, yeah, that would be sad, wouldn't it? I'm like, she's kind of spoiled now. Oh, look at that. We're getting there. Okay, I'm going to get a new thread because I don't want to go over there and have issues over on that side. So we got half the side done, guys. We're almost done. We're almost done. Appreciate you guys all being here and chatting with me. Thank you for chatting with me while I'm crafting. We're going to get another piece of brown. There we go. Another thread of brown and we'll be done. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, in this Florida heat, that's really not great. But that's how I met this lady a long time ago, and I met her honestly because she has a mission in Haiti, and the missionary that we took over in Haiti for knew her, and so we kind of have just have in. I mean, I got an old soul, so I talked to her about her mission and all that kind of stuff. But the first time I met that dog, I'm like, "You have a dog?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's outside in the back porch." And I'm like, "What?" I never even knew she had a little dog. She had a little dog, and I told my husband after meeting her for the first time, I'm like, I'm gonna get that dog. I'm like, I'm gonna get that dog from her. I can't handle this. I can't handle people that don't take care of their animals. And the woman's fine otherwise, guys. She really is fine. But I think she just is too old to take care of a dog. And the dog loves me. She does. She follows me everywhere. Everywhere. So, and she knows that. She's like, the dog is really attached to you now. I'm like, yeah, she is really attached to me. So this is 1.5. Why are they doing this half-seas crud to me? So when they tell you to do a half stitch, guys, you just go up in the middle of it and then you go down. For those of you that might be watching on YouTube later, you just go up in the middle of it like that, do a half stitch. And this one I had to go over top of this other one for the back stitching part. Okay, so let's start down here. 1, 2. That's one's empty, and then 1, 2. So 2. Is that the yellow? Yes, at the corner of that yellow. And then we're gonna go up to that. Yes, they need trained. Yep, they absolutely do need trained. Well, she's called me and she's like, I bet you Mona is just getting into everything, isn't she? And I'm like, no, she's really not. I said, I kennel her. When I leave so she doesn't get into anything. And I just take her out every few hours to go to the bathroom. And I do the things I need to do so that she doesn't. Oh, but really, she doesn't. She doesn't go in her kennel. She went in her kennel the first few nights. I'd say the first week that we had her, she was going to the bathroom in her kennel. And I'm talking poo, not pee. And she just never really went in her her kennel again after that. She figured out, oh, you're going to let me out to go to the bathroom. Oh, I get this. I understand. I can deal with this. And I changed up her eating time so that she eats at the different time. Yes.
Can you make sure you tell Dad that I work tomorrow?
What time?
Same time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not a big deal if I have to
Just
leave the car in the
texting.
morning, but... Well, I'm just saying, so like, he'll move the car when he gets home. You want me to text him?
Yeah, she's super sweet, and she's been very, very easy. Yeah, kids. She's been very easy to train. It's kind of like kids, right? You got to train your kids. Down to over 1. I do still have her. I do still have her because the woman, like I said, she's like 85. She called me 2 weeks ago and she's checking on the dog, and I'm like, oh, she's doing good. And I've taken the dog down there to visit her too. Um, and the dog runs after me to leave. Um, but she fell again. The lady fell again, and I'm like, you're too old to. I'm sorry to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but you're too old to have a dog now. You can't take care of yourself. How are you taking care of a dog? But I do still have her. She's just the sweetest dog. Everywhere I go, she is right there by me. When I leave, she like cries. She literally cries. She has separation anxiety. Over 3. So we're gonna go over 3. Over 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna meet in the center right there. Aw, thank you. It's just the right thing to do though, right? It's just the right thing to do. And now I got stuck picking up the lady's mail from her P.O. box. I'm like, oh, she's going to make me earn this dog now. She's making me earn it. So we're going to go over 3 across here. 1, 2, 3 here. I'll do it to earn the dog. I'll do it because I don't. That's Flippin was asking me, would you mind taking the dog back? And I'm like, I wouldn't mind taking the dog back if I knew that the dog was going to be in a good situation, right? I don't mind taking the dog back. I just don't want to take the dog back being in that situation. What is going on? It's going down into the black? Seriously? Okay. Sometimes I think I was doing it wrong, but no, it's right. This is wanting me to do that. And that's what I'm doing. So we're going to go across 1, 2. Going across there. Is that that one? That one? Is that that one? Is it that one? No, it's not that one. It's this one right there. There we go. And then, that's not right, Johnny. That's not right. You done messed that up. Where are you even at? That is not right. What in the world? How did you get there? Oh, I see. I see. You went in the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. Fixing my boo-boos. Okay, so okay, let's just do it this way. Let's go up into this. Let's do it backwards this way. I've had her for almost 2 months now. So my hope is, oh, stop. My hope is that this lady thinks that maybe, oh, girls, we're at the end of this and this is gonna happen. My hope is that she's like, oh, well, it's too late to take her back. I don't want to take her away from you because she's so attached to you. Oh, oh, I was gonna say, we're gonna work with that knot. I'm hoping that's what she's gonna say, that she just doesn't want to take her away from me because it would be too traumatic for Mona. Okay, so here we're gonna have this wing done, and then we just have the leg to do. Oh my gosh, guys, see, this is why you got to do this silly back stitching. And then we're gonna do the leg, and then we're gonna be done. And you guys all help me do this. You're a part of this. You're a part of this. I go part of that, and then we're gonna go down 2. So we're gonna cross this one and the next one. Yeah, take her right wing, please. Yep. So this will be this can go in like a little frame. I'm gonna show you a little frame when I get her done. I'm gonna show you something. My bestie Bolo sent me this frame today, and I was looking at that. I'm like, I think that bee that I'm making will fit in that. Oh, you take a thigh. Okay, and then let's see, and then we go up and over. Mm, so this is on here like this. Yeah, I bet so too. Yep, I bet it does too. And I don't think they want to get rid of their quote unquote quote companions, right? What? I don't even understand this. What is even happening? Oh, okay, maybe we'll do this. Okay, we're going to do this. That's what we're doing. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. So there's that's done. Okay. Your mother-in-law's little poodle found her cancer. Little poodle found her cancer. She would lay. Yep. I've heard of that. It's amazing. I had a dog up in Indiana that kind of was like that with me when I had fibro really bad. She would just lay and cry in the bed whenever I was in bed. She was like as sad as I was. Like I swear she felt as bad as I did when I felt bad. So I'm gonna show you. Yeah, they can. They can smell when people are gonna have seizures too. You guys tell me what you think about this. I'm gonna go get the frame, and you guys tell me what you think. What are you doing, baby? Okay, come on in. Come on, hurry up. Mommy's closing the door. Okay, see, I just walked out. She was right on me. I walked back in. She's looking at me like, are we staying in? No, we're staying in here. Now, this back is not going to be easy to get off here, but I think. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about that? Won't that be cute? I think I can do that. Cute. Anybody want the bee? I gotta fix this though. Okay. I am running the bee. I'm running the bee with the frame. But I probably won't frame it, guys. I'll send you this and you have to figure out how to frame it. How about that? I'm going to run the bee. Whoops, not that way though. So you have to get it and you have to cut it out and stick it in here, okay? You have to stick it in here if you want the frame. If you don't want the frame, let me know. Would you guys want it ran with the frame or without the frame? With the frame, because the frame has weight. Okay, the frame has weight, but the frame is super duper cute. And I think that would be like a queen bee. You could stick that right on your stand with all your jewelry. So I'm gonna run it. Now it's not perfect. You guys saw me make it. It's not perfect. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Let me make sure that this weight is right though, because I don't want to charge you too much. Okay, good. Okay, and then the other idea is that you can have the glass on it. I'm going to tell you this before I run it too. You can have the glass on it, or another idea is like what I did with Bolos. What I did with Bolos is you put this in here, her little frame. You put this in here, and then you put just a little bit of felt backing, if you don't want the glass on there, and makes it a little bit puffy, and then it kind of will go puffy out a little bit. So whichever way you want to do it when you get it, I'm not the boss of you. You do it whatever way you want, or you can do it with the glass. You're gonna get all this, and you have to cut it and make it fit in there. Okay, you have to do that part. I did everything else for you. So let me fix this weight. There you go. It's running for you. And I did 30 seconds because that's what I do. I accidentally always do the first auction for 30 seconds. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much being here and hanging with me. You guys are the bestest ever. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lacey. Appreciate that. You got a pretty frame to go with it. Oh, somebody just snuck in there. I didn't see who snuck in, but thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Thank you, Lacey DC, and thank whoever else bid. I saw She Picker in there. I appreciate everyone being here and chatting with me. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll pick out something else and make something else next time because I like doing it. Like I said, I'm just crafting at home anyhow. And you guys were amazing. And I'll try to get better questions next time because sometimes I'm just not good at with the questions. Okay, so thank you very much. We're gonna raid somebody. So hang out for the raid, and then after you get into the raid, guys, I always ask you just to stay for the raid. Do me a favor, and until I get my little shout out, and then you can leave, okay? So we're gonna go into plus size gals. She does craft shows, so just go in there, say hi to her. She's really really sweet, and she gives me a really cute shout out. So if you just stay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. We're gonna select her, and I appreciate you guys. Great. I appreciate